서머너즈워 Some more fun 서머너즈워 Some more fun 서머너즈워
We're strong. On tough days, and on good ones too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge will ever break us! Ah!
서머너즈워 Some more fun 서머너즈워 Some more fun 서머너즈워
We're strong. On tough days, and on good ones too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge will ever break us! Ah!
서머너즈워 Some more fun 서머너즈워 Some more fun 서머너즈워
days and on good ones too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge will ever break us.
Summoner's War. Summon more fun. Summoner's War. Summon more fun. Summoner's War.
We are strong on tough days and on good ones too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge will ever break us.
Summoner's War. Summon more fun. Summoner's War. Summon more fun. Summoner's War.
We are strong on tough days and on good ones too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge will ever break us.
Summoner's War. Summon more fun. Summoner's War. Summon more fun. Summoner's War.
We're strong. On tough days, and on good ones too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge will ever break us! Ah!
Summoner's War. Summon more fun. Summoner's War. Summon more fun. Summoner's War.
We're strong. On tough days, and on good ones too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge will ever break us!
Alright, welcome to the Pacific League Finals hosted by Comtours. After an intense journey through the regional qualifiers and the group stages as well, we have finally came to the point where we have the grand final stage set up right now, where we have tons of exciting matches from group stage A, where ultimately we did see Pooh, Kai and Avocadoz locking in their slots over here. And coming out ahead from group stage B as well, we have Flynn, OGC PP and Frank, who played flawlessly in all of their matches. So who will rise up to the top and be crowned champion? We will be able to find out shortly, alright? As for the competition format for the grand finals, it's gonna be based on the playoffs with the SWC ruling as well, and a best of 5 for all matches. So here are the rules and format once again. We are at the final stage right now, and yep, it's definitely gonna be a very interesting one, because in terms of the matches today, Avocadoz, this guy is like dark horse of the tournament. He's like one of those players where he don't really care what you pick. He's just gonna be sticking towards his strategy, not gonna be changing things up. And do we see him change his strat? That's another question to defer later on, right? Because so far we've been seeing him going for the Shizuka Rakuni and then pivoting into things like Fire Cassandra, a Kashmir, yeah? I think ever since he used Kashmir, a lot of people is actually bringing it into their RTA and getting some decent win rate from it as well, because yeah, one thing, you can't glance, and then there's always gonna be big damage output. You got Shizuka to revive if he doesn't get resetted. So I think to counter those kind of lineups is gonna be really tough. So we'll see what OGC PP has to offer later on as well. And then in terms of the rewards here, it's really huge, everyone. Alright, 5th and 6th placements will get the SD figurine Volume 2. The 2 second run-ups will receive $500 and a Light Dark Summon Pack 1. The first runner-up will be presented $1,500 together with the Light and Dark Summon Pack 2, and the ultimate prize for the champion itself will be $3,000. The Twins figurine as well, and also the legendary All Attribute Pack. So it is all to play for. All the best towards these 6 finalists over here. And once again, we do have a couple of coupon codes to be given out today as well. So just make sure to sit back and relax and enjoy the entirety of this stream. Make sure to also collect it once it's shown later on in the stream as well, as the codes will expire at the end of the 25th of May. Alright, so once again, here are the rewards, and I cannot wait to see these players fighting it out. And here's the bracket. So once again, Avocadoz will be up against OGC PP, and then for our second match, it's gonna be Frank up against Kai. After that, the winner of that first match will be up against Pooh. So it's a really tough climb here. Pooh has locked in at least semi-finals as well as Flynn, and after that, the winners will be fighting it out at the finals. Alright? Oh boy, I cannot wait for this. So let me know down in the comments below, who are you rooting for in this tournament, alright? For the grand finals of the Pacific League itself. It's gonna be really close, I think, between all of these players, because I think at the end of the day, it's gonna be pretty tough for things like Pooh. So far we've been seeing him, I think on the first week of the group stage, he had a little bit of shaky performance, but ever since he went back to the Chandra Usher kind of thing, he's really comfortable playing turn 2, and none of his lineups will actually die on turn 1. So if you can't kill off anything, and then after that Usher gets the heal off the clans, it's just too hard to come back from that, alright? So we'll see whether he'll be sticking towards those kind of draft later on, or will he change things up as well? Who knows? It's all to play for over here. So I think one thing to note, it's gonna be very nice to have a pocket draft where you use it one time only to catch your opponent off guard, right? So maybe you can pivot into, maybe you can bring your ragdolls, things like that, because we do know Pooh Flynn has that unit, but so far we have not seen any ragdolls in the entirety of this tournament. So who knows, maybe they will bring it out, they'll flesh things out like that. Flynn, he has a Burgil, haven't seen yet. Also got a Zeroth the other day as well. But he's not one of those players, right? So we'll see whether they will figure out like some sort of different draft to come into this tournament itself. Alright, so now I think in terms of Frank and Kai, we do know Kai has a couple of really strong LDs as well. So far he's been relying a lot on things like the Ming. I think Ming is one of the best pandas right now in the game. In terms of LD net 5s, probably the light dark pandas are really strong, because one thing here, if you got Tianlang, right? Tianlang counters almost everything in the current meta, guys. Because there's gonna be things like attack bar boost coming out from the Twin Angels, normal attack, all the oracles as well, things like Oliver. So yeah, one unit basically counters almost 90% of the current meta units right now. That's why it's really strong. And then also things like Ming is also a very good turn 2 unit where you can't really get stunned up because you'll be able to self-cleanse with a Calm Mind due to the passive, right? So yeah, I think probably we'll be seeing along those lines of units where they might be probably banned out during the pre-ban phase or at the draft itself, right? So I believe once these two players are ready, we should be able to dive into our first match shortly. So I think in terms of Avocadoz and OGC PP, we did see OGC PP play very well the other day. So a little bit unfortunate coming out from Group Stage B itself, because Frank, yeah, don't forget about Frank. He 3-nailed Spinks, making him 5th place in the Group Stage B. A little bit sad to see, but then yeah, we do know Spinks is one of those top RTA players as well. And yeah, that's why it is all to play for. Anything can happen in this tournament. I can't wait. So we do have OGC PP on the left hand corner up against Avocadoz real soon here. What will the pre-bans be? I think if you're OGC PP, you probably did your homework already. You've seen how Avocadoz played. This guy, maybe you kind of need to counter those kind of Shizuka draft, right? Whereas for OGC PP, he's one of those players where he can... he does have very good swift sets as well. So going for turn 1 most likely is the option, alright? So we do have him here. What will it be in terms of the pre-bans? So both sides taking their time on this one. Alright, I believe OGC PP, from the looks of his picture over there, the camera, he seems like he already locked in his unit. And here we go. Pre-bans will be the Shizuka and Gianna. Yeah, I think one thing to note, you already seen Avocadoz how he played. Banning off the Shizuka is probably the right thing to do. So now, Avocadoz don't have that option for the revive into the ignore defense skills, alright? So OGC PP will be able to get first pick here. And what will Avocadoz do? He's one of those Leo players as well, so probably we'll be looking at it real shortly too. In terms of OGC PP first pick, yep, I think the Ramael and Judaya is one of the best units to open up at the current meta, because it provides a lot of utility where she has heals, strip, armor break. You can boost your Julian as well. So he's gonna go for the Rakuni. And the mouse. So Avocadoz. He's playing very defensive here with a Heigang and Vela pick at the start. So now, there we go. I already foreseen that Leo coming in. So he's gonna be picking this Leo here, mainly because it's also really strong against mouse. At the end of the day, you kind of mitigate the mouse damage output here. But he's still gonna be doing quite a lot, right? Mouse, even though when there's Leo in the field, I think it still does around like 4-5k at least. So we'll see about that. Fire Cassandra will be locked in as well for Avocadoz, so potential one-shots here. However, Fire Cassandra isn't really that good against the double water coming out from OGC PP. So now, can he capitalize on that? Probably run things like Shiho. Yeah, I think Shiho could be decent here because he's gonna be very heavy on the fire department. So OGC PP is opting for the Josephine and Nana. A very heavy water drop right there. And now, Avocadoz needs to have a potential force ban material. Things like Diana. I think Diana will be pretty decent here. Seaen as well. Yep, because at the end of the day, Diana does have potential stuns coming out from the normal attack. If you give the Josephine too many turns, then it's not really that good. So I really like this Seaen pick. This Seaen pick is going to be pretty strong here. Probably you just ban out the Rakuni, things like that, right? Actually, no. Yeah, you can actually one-shot the Rakuni because I think Fire Cassandra is definitely in the field. So you want to have something to kill turn 1. Alright, so it's going to be the Nana and Leo ban here. So speed lead on the side of OGC PP. Can he kill off that Fire Cassandra in time before she gets super annoying with the ignore defense? Definitely able to one-shot the Rakuni here, I believe, because he has the attack lead 28% as well. So it's gonna be really tough to kill off that unit on turn 1 because there's gonna be Hey Gang to boost the attack bar if he goes for the strip. So Mouse, what can you do here? If you're OGC PP. This Seaen is looking really solid as well, and you kinda need to bring down the Fire Cassandra. So going for the big damage already onto her. And she's gonna be moving next. So now, can he one-shot the Rakuni? He gets it done. And it's 3v4 right now with Seaen looking really good in this one. I think in terms of the draft, I really like how Avocadoz drafted this. So now, Hey Gang here, just opting for the normal attack. Doesn't want to go for the AoE strip just yet because there's gonna be potential shields coming out from the Josephine, and probably he don't want to try to get AoE stuns as well, right? Because you're gonna give that Josephine the turn, so no choice here. Josephine gets it, and there's gonna be potential strips. Or just opting for the normal attack to finish off the Fire Cassandra. So 3v3 right now. But this Seaen is looking like he's gonna be soloing the whole team. How are you going to bring it down? It's gonna be pretty tough for him. So Seaen here gets the armor break off. And now, potential stuns onto the Mouse as well. That's your damage dealer gone for at least 1 turn. Unless he gets a violent proc. So Josephine here, unable to land the provoke. So, the damage output already. I think Josephine is gonna go down next turn. Unfortunately, no stuns onto Seaen as well. So, Hey Gang. Just pushing back the attack bar of the Mouse here. Seaen will be able to finish the job, and it's gonna be 2v3 right now. Oh, this is looking really good for Avocadoz. A beautiful draft right at the start. And like I said, I think OGC PP went too heavy on the water side. I feel like, yeah, the Josephine is nice, but Nana as well, you kind of need another element, I think. Because, yeah, your opponent will definitely capitalize on that, right? So now, even if this Vela goes down here, Seaen is just going to normal attack all the way. Unfortunately, not able to get the armor break off. And Vela will be able to heal a little bit right here. However, he's still going to be going down towards the Mouse normal attack damage. So what can this Water Twin do? So just opting for the normal attack here. Unfortunately, not able to kill it yet. He needs to waste another attack onto the Vela. So I believe next turn Vela does have the Sanctuary, right? So additional turn, Mouse goes down. And there is no way that unit can win a Seaen, Hey Gang, and Vela in the field. So this one, OGC PP, he needs to think his draft through once again. Yeah, I think going 4 water units is too much of an ask. So here we go. Avocadoz getting this 1-0. So once again, all matches will be based on playoffs with the SWC ruling as well, and a best of 5 for all matches. Very good showcase coming out from Avocadoz. So it seems to me like he doesn't need to rely on his Shizuka that often, right? And now he has the opportunity to pick it. So what can OGC PP do here? If you're afraid of the Shizuka, you should be getting the first win in terms of the best of 5, right? Now, definitely we're gonna be seeing things like Shizuka, Rakuni once again to open things up coming out from Avocadoz. If you're OGC PP here, yeah, this is looking really tough. Unless you have a secret draft to counter it. I believe these players have been testing out maybe with their buddies here and there to try to play something similar, to ask your friend to play something similar in terms of that kind of draft, and then you try to bring out some different kind of comps to counter it, right? So definitely all these players have been well prepared for today. Like I said, this is the finals of the Pacific League, where the winner will win the ultimate prize of $3,000 US, the twins figurines, so the Maruna and Shina, and last but not least, the legendary all attribute pack as well. So maybe they could get some new LD Net 5s too from it. Alright. We should be able to start the second match real soon. In terms of the bans here, pre-bans probably, I think OGC PP, he will probably ban off things like Hey Gang, I think, because he's one of those Gianna users, right? If you're Gianna, you don't really want to let the opponent take the Hey Gang because it's gonna be super annoying. Unless you run things like Irene as well to lock that unit up first. So there's a lot of options for him open up right here. And here we go. Last round's pre-bans were the Shizuka and Gianna. What will it be this time? Less than 30 seconds in terms of choosing their pre-bans here, and it's gonna be locked in the Wedjut and Fire Twin Angels. Ooh, I really like that. So banning off the Wedjut here makes a lot of sense. Avocadoz might opt for it, but I still feel like it's just gonna be the Shizuka opening here. There we go. And what you're gonna do if you're OGC PP? Do you go Oliver and Ramael and Judaya? I think Oliver is really nice here for potential full reset. Going for the Atna, so very aggressive coming out from OGC PP. Now, Avocadoz can always rely heavily on his Fire Cassandra as well as that Leo. So when Leo's in the field, Atna's damage output isn't really the best because most of the time you're gonna be running additional damage based on speed. Going for the Water Gojo as well, and a Irene. So Irene to seal somebody up for at least 10 turns. One of the best normal element net 5 that you can get for Arte right now in the current meta. I really love that unit. And there we go. We're gonna be seeing the Kashmir. And Rakuni, OGC PP locking in the Jara as well. So there's gonna be potential strip armor break into the Jara's nuke. And Jara doesn't care about your passive. That is actually a very nice pick. So he has no choice but to ban off the Ramael and Judaya. Leo will be removed as well. Oh, this is a problem where I feel like if OGC PP cannot land the seal onto the Shizuka or get the stuns coming out from Etna, oh, this is gonna be pretty tough, right? Because most of the time they do have 100% resistance. So what can this Etna do here? The Rakuni is so fast. So now he's able to boost up the Fire Cassandra and one-shot the Jara definitely. Because Jara very squishy. Now Irene will be able to go for the seal. Has to land it. Gets it on the Shizuka. So he's able to survive a little bit longer here. However, if he brings down the Kashmir right now, Shizuka is gonna be waking up after that. And there's gonna be the opportunity for Avocadoz to actually revive into another kill. So Fire Cassandra, no choice but to aim the Irene because of the threat state. What's the Gojo here? Can he get the stun? No stun landed. Pretty unfortunate about that. Now Irene gets the glancing. Rakuni now will move. And there's gonna be big damage output here coming out from the Water Gojo. Fire Cassandra goes down. And he needs to just get this stun off. So, now there's a chance for him to revive the Kashmir. Going for the all things in nature first. So placing all the buffs, trying to prolong everything here. Sustain a little bit longer because what the Gojo can't steal the buffs right now. He does not have the second skill. And now Kashmir is back. And he has to one-shot this Etna. I think there's no other way around it. So going for the triple crush. Armor break landed. And goodbye Etna. Essentially this is 2v2. And it's not really over yet. Avocadoz can actually steal this one. So there's tons of buffs there. Irene not able to land her skills. And now, from the looks of things, the damage output coming up from this Water Gojo isn't really the best. So he's just gonna boost up here, revive the Kashmir once again. And uppercut gets the branding off onto the Irene. Yeah, this Water Gojo isn't doing much. I think the single Rakuni is able to sustain. So, if you're Avocadoz, you really need to bring down this Irene before she gets the demon back again. Another 2 more turns. A great stun onto the Shizuka. So gets the additional turn here, able to push back the Rakuni a little bit more. Oh, this is gonna be close. Can he kill the Rakuni in time? So here it's just gonna boost up all things in nature once again. 10,000 buffs on their hits. Oh, this is looking really bad for OGC PP. With all this damage as time goes by, it's gonna be harder. The units are gonna be hitting a little bit harder right now. So another revive onto the Kashmir. Can he kill? Almost lost it on the Irene. A big crit from the Rakuni as well. Now, the demon bag has to be landed onto the Rakuni here. And he gets it done. Oh, this is rough. However, now there's no more skills coming out from Shizuka here. He gets a very nice stun once again. Can he continue with the lockdown? That is the question. So another round of threat state onto the Gojo. The Rakuni needs to come back alive. Alright. So there's gonna be potential heals coming out here. Can he crit this Irene? Not able to get the job done. So Rakuni able to heal up a little bit more. He has no choice but to wreck the Water Gojo right now because of the threat state. And once again, just gonna revive, and Water Gojo will go down here towards the Kashmir. Boom! Wow, what a drop coming up on Avocadoz. He's gonna be winning this one. 2-0. OGC PP doesn't have an answer towards that Shizuka team. Oh my god. Wow, what a match. Actually, honestly, great showcase coming out from Avocadoz. I've been enjoying all of his matches so far ever since I've watched him in the group stages. He's one of those players, like I said, he don't care what you bring. He has one drop and one drop only. He's gonna stick towards it. The onus is onto the opponent to change their strategy, you know? And so far, nobody has an answer towards these kind of things. Because I guess in terms of playing in the ladder in RTA, you don't really see these kind of things that often, right? most of the time people are just gonna be sticking towards the generic lineup, Sierra opening, things like Ramaya and Judaya, trying to go turn 1. Then the opponent will take probably Etna or Segmet to try to contest. And it's just gonna be a speed against speed kind of draft every single time, right? So, really like this draft coming up on Avocadoz. This Shizuka Revive team is super strong. OGC PP doesn't have an answer. Oh no. Will he flash out his Gianna soon? I have no clue, because at the end of the day, his Gianna is not even good against Avocadoz draft, because that's gonna be Rakuni. Rakuni with the self-cleanse or onto the lowest HP ally. Potentially cleansing the bombs here and there as well. So yeah, not really a good option against Avocadoz team. So what else can you do? Do you have things like Yon Hong? Maybe just go all out on turn 1. If you don't kill anything, then GG. OGC PP needs to change his draft here. And we'll be able to see what are the pre-bans for this round 3 of the best of 5 between OGC PP and Avocadoz. I think definitely just gonna be a Shizuka ban once again and work from there. Now, I think the other question is, you shouldn't be taking Miles as well, because you know Avocadoz is one of those Leo players, right? So earlier, I think round 1, he made a little bit of a mistake in terms of the drafting there. Like I said, I think the 4 water units was a little bit too much as well. Yeah, probably should have removed the Josephine for something else. Maybe like a fire or wind unit right there. Maybe bring out some of your LDs there too. Should be good. So, Miles' pick was a little bit redundant early on. So, probably you take the Rakuni and then you change your draft from there. Alright? From the looks of things. But still, I feel like Avocadoz have an answer towards everything. So I cannot wait to see. Is Avocadoz going to get a 3-0 sweep against OGC PP? We'll find out real shortly, alright? So once again, the last round's pre-bans were the Fire Twin Angel as well as the Wedjat. So here we go. Shizuka and Gianna banned off once again. And OGC PP opening up with the Ramael and Judaya. Avocadoz is gonna be sticking towards the Heigang and Vela. He doesn't need to change things up. Now the onus is on to OGC PP. Do you take the Rakuni here? Or do you go a little bit more aggressive? I think an Irene pick here will be pretty nice, considering that you can seal off the Heigang. You don't need to deal with that. Going for the Usher. Alright. There we go. So back to the draft coming out from things like Pooh, where they rely very heavily on this Wind Twin Angel as well as the Usher. So great bruiser units. Obviously, the Wind Twin is one of the best ones right now because you can apply speed buff and slow debuff onto the opponent's side. Essentially, that's 60% movement speed increase. Alright? 30% on the debuff as well as the buff. So Seaen and Wedjat locked in for Avocadoz. And it's gonna be the Bulwark. Alright, Bulwark is on paper good against the Wedjat and Vela. And he's gonna be finalizing his draft with a Seimei. Oh, the Belial is in. Oh, you need to ban off that unit. Oh, Belial is looking really strong here. Once again, a very nice draft coming out from Avocadoz. I like this one a lot. So you got the synergy between the Wedjat, Seaen, and the Vela. You got defense buff, potential big damage output. And like I said, the Belial is definitely a force ban material as well as the Bulwark. So on paper, I think it's gonna be slightly favoring Avocadoz here. Unless his Usher is able to bring down something really quickly, which is gonna be pretty tough, alright? So gets the armor break off onto the Wedjat. Will he just opt for the silence here? Going for the Rampage of Rage, all in, big damage done. Gets the additional turn as well. So Wedjat down to last hit, not able to use the buff because of the silence. A very nice stun onto the Usher. So I think Vela here kind of needs to go for the cleanse. He gets the Sanctuary into a violent proc. So he's able to top off the Wedjat a little bit more. And now I believe Calm Mind will be placed, or probably just saving it because there's gonna be the strip coming out from the Wind Twin Angel. So what are you going to do here? Do you just try to stun? Or he goes for the strip instead? And now defensive stance. Avocadoz is slowly working on the Wind Twin Angel, so gets the strip once again. Another violent proc. Armor break landed. Every poke damage counts here. The Wedjat almost back to safety zone, considering that he was almost dead earlier. So there's gonna be another round of Sanctuary here. Yeah, the beauty of having Seaen is that it's not gonna be benefiting from the 3 turns immunity. It's just gonna be 1 turn here. Now, I think here you gotta go for the normal attack. Usher will be moving next. So a very nice stun once again. But if you're OGC PP, I think you are pretty happy with the outcome here because nothing is going to die on your side. When Avocadoz land the debuffs, things like that, the Seaen is going to heal up a lot due to the passive. However, it's not over yet. That Wind Twin Angel is looking really strong here. Not gonna go down anytime soon. I feel like this one is definitely in the bag for OGC PP because every single time it's reducing the cool time of the Usher and able to go for the Rampage of Rage. So yep, Avocadoz knows it. And it's gonna be 2-1. Yeah, so Avocadoz kinda suspected that he does not have any damage output. I think even if he stall all the way to 50 or 60% attack increase, HP decrease, he's still not gonna be bringing down anything unless Flynn gets like a armor break into a violent proc and kill. Because the Seaen is gonna be standing super strong right there. So OGC PP taking 1 step at a time. 2-1. Now, this will be the tough part, where Avocadoz will be able to have his Shizuka pick. And he needs to try to counter it right here, alright? OGC PP. Last round's pre-bans were the Gianna and Shizuka. Definitely this time, I think if you're OGC, right? Is going for Wedjat ban good? You seem to have an answer against it, right? You got the Seaen. So maybe banning off something else. Yep, there we go. I like the Rakuni ban. So if you cannot ban the Shizuka, you ban the Rakuni instead. Because we do know Avocadoz Rakuni was super fast earlier. It was moving right after the Atna. And now, Avocadoz will be opening up with the first pick of the draft. Locking in the Shizuka once again. And there we go. A contest of speed. Going for the Gianna very early on. Is that going to backfire? Can Avocadoz take advantage of that? I like that 2 picks. Really strong against the Gianna. The Hey Gang and Josephine. But on another hand, you're susceptible towards heavy win right now because you got triple water. So going for the Miles here, I don't think Miles is a good option. Because yet again, Miles' second skill stuns, right? Unless you're planning to already ban off the Josephine there. So going for the Gapsu and Miles, and definitely we are gonna be seeing the Leo, maybe a Kashmir as well. So going for Geo instead. Alright. Yeah, I think Geo or Kashmir kind of makes sense right there. And if you're OGC PP, the last pick here, probably things like Diana. I think Diana is okay. Mei Ho Wang, alright. Any tanky bruiser will do at that slot. So this Geo pick, I feel like it's a little bit redundant unless you're banning off the Gapsu, right? Which I don't think you ban off the Gapsu right now because that's gonna be the Mei Ho Wang, very scary unit. So this ban is gonna be pretty important here. Very tough call. Yeah, so when he went for the Geo pick, it means that he was already finalizing his draft here, banning off the Gapsu, but now you're susceptible towards the Mei Ho Wang. Or this Mei Ho Wang, I think, can definitely sustain a little bit longer here. It's gonna be pretty tough to bring him down. At the end of the day, you cannot stun him as well. And the self-heals should be sufficient. On the other hand, you do have the Ramayal and Judaya too. So just slowly working on the Geo right now. Doing a little bit of poke damage right there. Getting the attack bar reduction as well. So no stuns coming out from the Mei Ho Wang. I think if you're Gianna here, you just probably normal attack. You could place a bomb, but he's not opting for it. So now Gianna gets provoked for 2 turns. Getting stun up as well. The controls is looking good for Avocadoz. But the main problem here is, can you have enough damage to bring down the Mei Ho Wang? So Shizuka not opting for any skills just yet. So Geo taking heavy beating right now. There's no heals on the side of Avocadoz. So finally goes for the suppression onto the Ramayal and Judaya. Getting the armor break off onto the Josephine onto the Gianna as well. So will he go for the soul protection? He does. So trying to prolong his Geo's life a little bit longer here. And if you're the monkey, I think just normal attack all the way, right? You don't need to use any skills. So he gets the strip into the additional turn. Geo goes down. And it's looking bleak for Avocadoz. So even if you revive the Geo here, Geo does not have the second skill just yet. And even the monkey landed the armor break off onto the Josephine. So did that actually backfire Avocadoz for not going for the all things in nature, putting up the immunity for the Geo, things like that? Like we did see on turn 1, he could have actually soul protection a little bit earlier. He opted for normal attacks instead. So maybe if you placed it earlier and then you go all things in nature, you got all these buffs. Yeah, you could probably sustain a little bit longer. But obviously that's gonna be the mouse strip as well. So gets another additional turn here. Shizuka down to half life. So honestly, Gianna didn't do anything in this match. But he took a lot of damage output from Avocadoz already. So Avocadoz took a while to bring it down. Now Geo is back. And unfortunately not able to land the armor break. Monkey getting a big crit onto the Shizuka as well. Well, this is looking really good. Like I said, how are you killing off the monkey from the start of the draft? I feel like you kinda needed to ban it off. The monkey pick was so good. And now Shizuka will survive by the skin of her teeth. 1 HP right there. And goodbye units. Alright. Probably should have just normal attack there with the mauls, but I guess it's fine. So gets another big crit, and OGC PP is looking really happy in the camera right there. He's laughing. So yep, nice stuff coming up from him. Yeah, how do you deal against that Mei Ho Wang there? I feel like you kind of need to ban out and then pray to RNGs that the Gapsu don't go too many turns, things like that. Alright, so we're on to the final match of this best of 5. the winner will be up against Pooh later on as well. So it's a very uphill climb for OGC PP, falling 2-0 at the start, but making a big reverse comeback sweep right here. Will he manage to pull through, or will Avocadoz move onwards to the semifinals? We'll see. And I think with this 5th round ban onto the Shizuka, OGC PP is having the upper hand right here. He already knows how to deal against the Hey Gang and Bella Wedjat team. So definitely not changing things up. I feel like if you're Avocadoz, you kind of need to change your draft a little bit, right? Because I think for OGC PP, he's just going to be sticking towards the 2 same units as round 3. So taking his time, thinking it through. Goes for the Rakuni again, as well as the Mouse. Alright, changing the Rakuni instead to the Fire Twin Angel. So Avocadoz, I think no-brainer is definitely gonna be a Leo pick. Oh, Leo and Bolverk. Alright, I like that. 2 potential force band materials. Because there's gonna be immunity plays coming out from the Fire Twin, shields from the Water Twin as well. And Bolverk will always get 5 stacks. This Singja, I don't think it's really good. So he's removing that for the Seimei. And going for the Rakuni as well. Oh, changing the Rakuni at the end for a Shahat. And that's gonna be the Morlong pick. Potential one-shot. Now if you're OGC PP, what do you ban? You kinda need to remove the Bolverk. Or maybe not. Because if Bolverk's in the field, you cannot really use your skills coming up from twins. It's gonna be pretty tough. But man, this is gonna be tough. The Leo ban as well as the Shahat. So speed lead on OGC side, HP leader for Avocadoz. And nothing is going to stop him from going for the combination. The Bolverk Morlong combo. For OGC, I guess he can screw up the turn order a little bit because there's Hey Gang in the field. So maybe you try to strip stun the Morlong first, make him move, and then work from there. So yep, waiting for the connection here. And we should be able to start this 5th match of the best of 5. Alright, so there's gonna be a slight intervention here. Probably one of them has a slight internet connection error, but we should be able to get that sorted out really shortly. So thanks for being patient once again, everyone. And definitely we will be able to see really good matches today. Alright, after this set of best of 5 between OGC PP and Avocadoz, we do have Frank up against Kai. So do not rule out Frank. I think he's one of those players where he shines really well. Like you've seen him in the group stage B. He had a 3-0 victory against Spinks. And actually putting him on 5th place in the group, which was last. So yeah, definitely Frank is one to look out for. A very strong player in terms of RT. And once again, Kai, I think in terms of his matches in the group stage A, he played flawlessly in the first week itself, where he had a 3-0 victory against 2 of his opponents. And then second week, not so much. I think he drafted a little bit weaker than the first week itself. And then losing to 2 of his best of 5 there. But still able to pull through 2nd place in the group A. So cannot wait for those 2 players to play as well. And don't forget, there's Pooh and Flynn in the mix too. So once the connection is ready, we believe we should be able to start things going once again between OGC PP and Avocadoz. Let me know down in the comments below, who are you rooting for over here? From what I'm seeing, a lot of Tong 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 Sahur. Yeah, So a lot of Indonesian supporters right here for Avocadoz. I like it a lot. Yeah, we're currently having an internet issue from Avocadoz side actually, so please bear with us. We will definitely get this sorted out real soon. Alright. And I think we should be able to get that done really quickly, alright? So yeah, definitely from what I'm seeing here, we'll just read the chat a little bit, yeah? Once again, thanks for joining everyone. We are having the Pacific League Finals hosted by Comters, alright? And here we have the final 6 players from 5 regions battling it out. So I see a lot of Avocadoz fans. Yeah, he needs the support right here to push him through to the semis, alright? Hey, hello Vernon. What's up everyone? STY as well. Yeah, STY, one of the best Saigon FC player. A big fan of Saigon FC. One of the best, I say one of the best guilds in Asia server right now. Probably top 4, you know. So yeah, I want to see whether he will change his draft later on, because I think he had a very good showcase last week, right? Where he played with the Chandra, Ashur, Wind Twin Angels. He didn't go for the Water Gojo opening already. So we did see him opening up with Water Gojo on the first week itself. He lost a couple of matches there. I feel like Water Gojo is like in a point where it's pretty meta, but I feel like there's a little bit, there's like something lacking inside his kit. Although on paper it's like really strong, you can counter things like Oliver, he doesn't get pushed back. Obviously whenever he gets the turn done, he gets the extra bonus increased attack bar as well with the defense buff. On paper it's like really nice, but I think the multiplier is just a little bit on the lower side. So maybe if let's say he gets like a 5 or 10% damage increase on skill 2, that unit can shine really well, alright? So yeah, how is everyone doing? I am doing fine myself. Alright, once we get Avocadoz disconnection issues sorted out, we are good to go. So, slight hiccup here. Once again, apologies on behalf of this right now. But definitely we will be able to have really good RTA matches to come real soon, alright? And I feel like we haven't talked about Flynn yet. One thing, Flynn is looking really strong. I believe he's a little bit nervous today, but I think he'll definitely put up a very good showcase. We've seen him play all of his matches in the group stages. I believe he won everything as well, although some of them, I think against OGC PP it was 3-2, right? But it went down all the way to the wire, where at one point his Laura and the Light Twin Angel survived. As time goes by, he was on the he was actually losing the match, and then attack buff Laura, boom, kills off everything. Man, and also his Tianlang showcase. Yeah, he had one Tianlang where he just survived so long. The opponent had 3 units. He was only left with Tianlang and Rakuni or something like that, and the Tianlang just destroyed everything. So yep, another player who has really strong LD Nat 5s, and definitely able to counter almost all of the current meta that we are definitely seeing, right? Because if you want to go for things like any high crit rate units, things like Atna, all this kind of stuff, he can definitely just suddenly fit in the Ragdoll. Ragdoll definitely has a very good passive to counter all these kind of things. Other than that, we've never really seen Flynn playing turn 2, but he can. That is the problem. That's why people are not gonna be going for all those kind of high crit rate builds, because there's always a pocket pick for the Ragdoll to be chosen. And then he has things like Laura, you know, Laura Wunsa, everything which has super high base speed. The Light Twin Angel is definitely one of the top tier units right now in the game as well. So yeah, very well-rounded monster box that he has, and I cannot wait to see what he has installed for us later on. I believe he has a very nice surprise for you guys later on, right? In terms of the drafting, he did hint to me yesterday what he probably plans to bring out. I will not say much, but then definitely looking forward to it. And also, we haven't seen his Burgild yet. Although Burgild, yeah, nowadays is like a little bit nerfed because of the passive, right? But back in the day, you know, when a Bao actually went for Burgild every single time, no way to outspeed him, you know, because if you're giving these kind of players all those kind of LD Nat 5s, they can make it shine so well because he has, what, 5 sets of plus 230 above Swift sets. So definitely you ain't outspeeding him anytime soon. And I believe we should be able to get this done real soon here. Cannot wait to see who is going to be moving onwards to fighting Pooh later on. Here we go. And we have started. Mouse will be moving first here. So, just opting for the normal attack onto the Molong. So, a very nice trip, making the Molong move in front. Can he get the reset off? It's gonna be very important here. Multiple shot, triple resistance. This is looking huge for Avocadoz. So he's just trying to dish out as much damage as he can onto the Molong. However, Molong here, I feel like Heigang has to go for the strip, getting double stuns. And Vela will be able to remove the Seimei, I believe. So just gonna go for the Sanctuary, another additional turn. He's gonna be working onto the Mouse, I believe. So opting for the normal attack here. And the Forbidden Gelnir. Able to heal up, but then Mouse back to full life because of Seimei in the field. I feel like Avocadoz should have just went for the Seimei instead. You know, you just Reckless Assault, you Bulwark follow up, and then one hit onto the Seimei, he's dead because the Heigang is going to move. So Avocadoz, I think, kinda knows that he did a mistake there. He was laughing in the camera earlier. This might backfire him a little bit. Now his window of opportunity to bring down something is looking bleak. Yeah, I feel like he should have went for the Seimei right there and then. Now, what can you do here? Yeah, OGC PP is laughing. He is very happy with the outcome right now. I think he's pretty comfortable here. Yeah, his Seimei is looking really strong. You need to remove that unit first. So getting a little bit more heals onto the Molong. But now, your Bulwark is never gonna be getting any stacks. And Mouse, free roll every single time he normal attacks. Look at the damage done onto that unit. Yeah, he should have actually went for the Seimei. I think that was a very, very big misplay there, which might cost him the game. Now, none of OGC PP's units are gonna go for any buffs. He's just gonna go all in onto the Molong. Molong goes down, game is over because no more damage output. So every poke damage counts as time goes by. You need to kill off this unit right here. He gets it done. Molong gets the additional turn. It's not over yet for Avocadoz. He's able to pull through, I believe, because there's gonna be a pretty decent heal coming out from the Bulwark right now. Although it's just one stack, probably two later when he moves. That's gonna be around 7-8k heal for the Molong to sustain a little bit longer. So now the question here is OGC PP also does not have any damage dealers already. And he gets the armor break off onto that unit. And I feel like you kinda need to heal up right now. 9.2k, that is enough to bring the Molong back to half-life. So if you're Seimei here, do you just put the Soul Protection onto your Fire Twin Angel? He does. Can he push back? He gets the stun. So there's gonna be the Dragon Dance. Getting another nice stun onto the Water Twin, the Ramael and Judaya. So it's looking really good here. I think Bulwark, you heal up on the Water Twin, you get another turn. Able to heal up a little bit more. And once this Molong has the Reckless Assault, Seimei is definitely going down. This Fire Twin needs to reset. Once again, failing to land. Oh, I really like this draft actually coming up on Avocadoz. At the start, probably he made a little bit of misplay. But once he brought down that mouse, there's nothing much OGC PP can do from here. He is stressed out. I think he knows it. I think he knows the outcome here. The inevitable is coming. Because once Molong gets the Reckless Assault, something is dead. So just going for the heals. Bulwark now will be able to go for the big forbidden Gyalnir. Alright, Molong next turn has the Reckless Assault, gets the additional turn. Alright, just dishing out some damage output here with the second skill. Man, what a good showcase of Bulwark and Molong once again. So Armor Break landed onto the Vela. Yeah, these are the kind of drafts where you don't expect it to happen. And then, bam, suddenly they bring it in for the 5th round. You don't know how to counter it. And there goes OGC PP. Avocadoz is celebrating early on. He knows it. He knows he's going to win. And moving onwards to fighting 2. Oh, what a draft. I like this. Crazy. Alright. So honestly here, OGC PP, I don't think he stands a chance here. No damage output whatsoever from these 2 units. Can this thing one-shot the Vela? Okay. I mean, he gets it done, but to no avail. Reckless Assault definitely finishes off something real soon. So nothing is below 70% health right now. He's just playing it safe. Hold on to your skills first. Can this Twin Angel get a stun? He gets it. Double stuns right there. So Bulwark with 3 stacks. Is there a situation where OGC PP can bring down this Molong? It's gonna be tough. So once again, he has a chance to reset. Can he land it? Resistance once again. Oh, GCPP is tilt. Alright, so there's gonna be the heal here. Is that enough to bring down that unit though? Is it enough to bring down the Seimei? Because I think if you're the Molong here, you kinda need to just go all in, Reckless Assault, gamble it. Oh, he's not gonna go for the gamble. 60% power up. Honestly, OGC PP has a chance to win. Because from the looks of things, Avocadoz don't have the opportunity to go for Reckless Assault right now. And this Water Twin is definitely able to land a lot of damage if he can get the stuns. Triple stuns. Avocadoz is in trouble right here. Molong goes down. Wow, what a comeback. OGC PP is doing it. I think he has this one in the bag right now. Yeah, he lost the window of opportunity to bring down the Seimei. And once again, you should have killed off the Seimei first. Yeah, that is tough. What a rough match from Avocadoz. He was so happy earlier. Now he's dejected. No. What a good comeback from OGC PP. That's actually insane. This Water Twin carried the game so hard. And there we go. 2v1 against this Bulwark. Bulwark doesn't stand a chance, and it's 3-2 victory going to the side of OGC PP. Getting an insane comeback at this 5th match of the best of 5 when it all matters. Avocadoz succumbed to the pressure. So yeah, congratulations to OGC PP, who will be moving onwards to the semi-finals here. And he will be up against Pooh from Vietnam. On the other hand, right now, we do have Frank, who is going to be prepared up against Kai. So Kai coming out from the Southeast Asia English-speaking countries regional qualifier. Frank obviously from the Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau. And I think these two players kind of shares the same LDNet vibes, I believe. I think both of them have things like Ming, maybe a Gianna as well. We did see Kai. Like I said, I think he kind of knows that his second half of the group stages, he did a few mistakes here in terms of the drafting, where he went very heavily on turn 1, picking Sierra, Gianna, Asher, things like that, and then sometimes even forgetting to pick another speed lead, which actually cost him one of the matches during the group stages phase, right? So yeah, I think probably he has reviewed all of his matches that he did some misplays here and there, and probably work on that. In terms of Frank, I think Frank, no-brainer, everybody almost knows him, right? Definitely one of the strongest players in the RTA scene. We do know he's a RTA legend as well before, back in the day. So this guy, very well-rounded units that he has. Super strong runes as well. Like, I feel like in terms of rune quality, he's even probably better, like if you check out like the SWGT thing, right? Rune quality wise, he's probably slightly ahead of Flynn, and I do know Flynn's account is already insane. Multiple 200, 190 violent on like 10 units, you know, things like that. It's really crazy. So here's the highlights once again. For Avocadoz and OGC PP bracket earlier. Tons of exciting matches. Avocadoz just failing to get it at the end there. So pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is. I think, like I said, Miles wasn't the problem, right? You got Hey Gang, you got immunity. You kill off the Seaen first, you can hide under your 3 turns really well. If they try to strip you, you get the attack bar boost. So yeah, pretty unfortunate that he tried to just go for the Mauls instead. And then here, this one, the Kashmir did all the work, by the way. Another very insane good comeback in this match here. So here, every time reviving the Kashmir, getting the one shot onto the Atna, and then with all the threat state, all the invincibility buff, with the Gojo, like I said, I feel like his damage output is a little bit lackluster, considering that he skills with defense, right? He gets defense buff, still dishing out only 2k. I don't know about that, man. I mean, no doubt it's a nice unit to have, but yeah, I feel like it just takes too long to come into play. So this one here, the Usher gets the additional turn silence onto the Wedjat, and from then on out, it's just downhill for Avocadoz. This one here, the Mei Howang stands like the Great Wall of China. Couldn't die, and then he just basically soloed everything, right? So here, this one, we did see the final match earlier. Literally, the Ramaya and Judaya and Seimei 2v4. Literal 2v4 right here. Of course, there's gonna be the revive onto the Fire Twin. So Fire Twin bringing down that Bella right there was huge. And then once Molong goes down, Avocadoz lost his grasp. Not able to capitalize on his mistake at the start. Not able to finish it off. 3-2. Alright. So very interesting matches so far that we're seeing. Frank and Kai. I cannot wait for these two players to meet, you know. Once again, in terms of the prizes here for the Pacific League Finals, the 5th and 6th placements will get the SD figurine Volume 2. So Avocadoz will be receiving that. The 2 second runner-ups will receive $500 and the Light Dark Summon Pack 1. The first runner-up will be presented $1,500 together with the Light Dark Pack Summon 2 and the ultimate prize of $3,000 to the champion. getting the twins figurine and the legendary all attribute scroll pack. So now we do have Kai up against Frank. And here we go. Once again, all matches is a best of 5, with the SWC ruling as well. So pre-bans locked in, the Kovarchi and Gianna. That's a very early Oliver pick right there. So locking in the speed lead 33%. Kai is going to opt for his Ramael and Judaya together with the Fire Twin Angel as well. So double twins locked up on the side of Kai. And I think Frank is going to abuse that right there. Going for the Shiho. Taking advantage of Kai's units that won't be moving first. So Shahat will be locked in for Kai. Do we see him bring in the Ming though? I think Ming has a pretty good spot here. So picking in the Mei Hoang first, which makes sense. But you're susceptible towards the pushback from Oliver, potential armor break from the Usher as well. But it's a pretty decent counter towards the Shiho. So Frank, he's thinking along the lines of Gapsu. And for the last pick, 1 second left. Taking the Ming away. Oh, will that backfire on Kai's side? Will it backfire for not taking it early on? And now he has no choice but to lock in the Sonya. So speed lead removed on Frank's corner. Sonya will be force banned. So Frank already locked in his mind. He was just banning off the last pick there. Getting huge stun onto the Ramael and Judaya. Big damage output. What can Kai do here? Since you don't have the combo for the strip, you kinda need to reset the Gapsu for no apparent reason. He gets the silence off onto the Usher. Big damage done onto the Gapsu as well. Mei Ho Wang to follow through. Gets the stun. However, additional turn. You can see Kai is frustrated with that. He was like, hi. Violent. So he's sitting up straight right now. And his Shahat is definitely in trouble right now. Getting big damage done. Working slowly onto Shahat. And now, even with this protection, because of the heal block, you're not able to heal up from it. And every damage counts right here. The Mei Ho Wang needs to go big. No additional turn. Can his twin kill? He's able to bring down the Usher. And now, with the silence onto the side of Ming, he gets the additional turn, taking 10% of his health away with the dots. That's not good. Honestly, he didn't want that violent. Now, Shiho can't do much. And I think Mei Ho Wang is just gonna go all in onto the Panda. Big damage once again. How are you killing off this Mei Ho Wang? I guess there's a chance here if Ming lands the armor break into Shiho's third skill. However, I still feel like it's not gonna be able to bring it down. But should be pretty close. So Ming finally goes down, and I think Mei Ho Wang is going to stand his ground really well here. Because I don't see a way for this Shiho to kill. So just gonna be placing the immunity here, getting the reset onto the Gapsu. Big damage once again for the Mei Ho Wang. So just working onto the Gapsu since it's the only unit that he can potentially hit right here. Do we see him go for the strip onto the Shiho? Not able to strip that immunity away. Can he land the armor break? This time he gets it. Additional turn. Goodbye, Gapsu. And it's 1-0. Going to the side of Kai. Wow, what a good drafting right there. I guess things could have been a little bit different. You could have actually banned off Ramaya and Judaya. You remove the speed lead. Sonia's damage won't be sufficient to bring down anything, right? I don't think Sonia without speed leader will kill off anything. And then you work from there. Because Sonia at the end of the day is like a one-trick pony. If you can't kill off anything, she dies really quickly because it's gonna be super squishy as well. So yeah, we'll see whether Frank changes things up in terms of his draft. And Kai is leading this 1-0. So Kovarchi and the Gianna pre-ban last round. And it's gonna be the Tianlang and Oliver this time. So very interesting Oliver pre-ban. Considering that you have the option for Tianlang, but yeah, like I said, Tianlang was pre-ban as well. So opening up on the side of Kai will be the Sierra. Gianna Yon Hong. Since when Kai got Yon Hong? Did I miss out on the guild chat? I don't know. Back then, he was always using Asher as his attack bar booster. So now he has the Yon Hong. Alright. I like this a lot. And now Frank will be going for the Wedjat and Shiho. Oh, this Yon Hong pick is so strong right here. And he's opting for the Water Gojo. And a Irene as well. So Irene is gonna be really pesky here with the Demon Bag. I guess if you're Kai, you're probably leaning the ban towards things like Sakmat or the Shiho. Maybe you just eat the reset and then work from there. Oh, this Atna pick is really nice. So Frank is literally saying, try to outspeed me, bro. Your Yon Hong, if I ban it off, what is moving first? Nothing. So there we go. Yon Hong and the Atna will be removed. Oh, this is definitely gonna be a pretty quick match here, I think. Whoever don't kill anything on turn 1 is in trouble. So Shiho will be able to move first. Can he get the strip stun? It's gonna be ill important. Working onto the Sierra. Didn't get the stun though. Now, Sakmat has to land the reset. Gets it onto the Gianna. So with all these buffs intact, it's gonna be pretty tough for the Irene to demon back the Shiho. Probably gotta aim onto the Chandra instead, or maybe the Wedjat. So getting the slow debuff as well. Irene now will be able to place the demon bag onto the Wedjat. Unfortunately, not able to land it. But it's not over yet. Sierra will be able to dish out a single bomb here onto the Chandra. So big damage definitely placed right there. Gianna gets the additional turn. Shiho needs to stun. Didn't get it onto the Gianna. Sierra is gonna go down here. But Gianna with the bomb. I think here no point bombing up the Shiho because he's gonna get the immunity. So playing it safe, going for the Sakmat instead. And don't forget, the threat state is coming from Irene. So he's able to deter the damage concentration onto his Gianna for a little bit. Oh, but not able to move in front of that Shio. Shio too fast. So there's nothing much you can do here. With 2 bombs there landed. I believe the one on Chandra will be doing around like quite a lot of damage because that's the Sierra one. So Chandra gets the additional turn, waking up from the bomb stun. And it's looking bleak for Kai this time. There's gonna be another round of resets. This time onto the Water Gojo. Yeah, I don't really like this Water Gojo pick. Once again, didn't really do much in this context. And Chandra will be able to finish it off. Slow debuff landed, and 1-1 goes to Frank. So back and forth matches right here. do we see another 5 matches between these two players? It's gonna be close. But man, I think that Yeonhong honestly is a new unit for Kai, right? I mean, I'm his guildmate. I never noticed he had a Yeonhong before. Okay, so this is gonna probably change Frank's mindset. Now he needs to feel like, okay, maybe I also need to pre-ban that unit off. But we are seeing Frank very comfortable playing things like Sekhmet, Shiho, and Etna. All those units has so high base speed. And it's really tough to outspeed Frank. Because we do know this guy he has really good Swift Dap. Multiple 230 sets, pretty sure about it. So going for the Oliver and opening up with the double twins once again coming out from Kai. So 10 seconds left here for Frank. What will he choose? Do you go for Tianleng? Oh, Oki and Shiho. Honestly, Tianleng is gonna be a really good pick here as well. And we know he has that option. So this time, Kai is taking the Ming early on. Doesn't want Frank to have it. Following through with the draft would be the Mei Ho Wang once again. And if you're Frank, what do you do? So Kai suddenly pivoting into turn 2. So locking in another speed leader in the form of Wedjut. And it's gonna be the Sonya to finalize the draft on the side of Frank. So Sonya is potentially force ban material here. You need to deal with the other 4 units, so there's gonna be potential resets, stuns, and whatnot. Josephine here makes sense. I like that. Yeah, because you need to bang on a little bit of resistance here and there. Try to resist the reset coming out from the Oki. If you could get the provoke off onto the Oliver, will be nice as well. Josephine also hard counters the Shiho whenever he goes for the 2nd or 3rd skill. A lot of stuns, right? So Josephine force ban. And we'll see whether the Ming and Mei Ho Wang gets the job done. So Shiho will be moving first here, going for the alter ego attack. Definitely onto the water twin, getting the stun as well. Wedjut will be able to boost the team. And now Oki will be able to reset this unit and to follow through onto the Ramael and Judaya. So 2 units deemed useless already with no skills. Mei Ho Wang also getting resetted right there and then. So gets the additional turn, but to no avail. Another 2 more turns. This Ming not able to land the armor break. Oh, that's pretty unfortunate. Now Shiho here, I think you just... Oh, is that the play though? I think you just normal attack there, right? So you're giving Calm Mind towards the enemy. Able to heal up a little bit. Alright, the Rain of Stones. But this time, stuns landed onto Tree. I guess it worked out well because he wanted to proc the Ming's passive first. So slowly working onto the double twins here. Oliver will have the chance to go for another full reset. This time landing the full attack bar. Steal onto the Mei Ho Wang as well. Oh, there was a little bit of a gamble right there. So Ming here. Now only he lands the armor break. And it's not looking good for Kai because I think his twin is definitely gonna be going down here unless he aims the Mei Ho Wang and go greedy. So he's thinking about it. He's opting for the kill onto the Mei Ho Wang instead. Oliver has the 3rd skill once again. So can he steal the attack bar of that unit? He gets it done. And Okeanos to follow through once again. I don't think Oki can kill the monkey in time. Yep, 1 HP. Gets the additional turn. Comeback is real on that Fire Monkey King. So on the side of Kai, everything is very low on health right now. Ming probably goes for... I would say you place the Calm Mind because you want to sustain your units, right? Your twins are moving definitely. So Oki has the option to send the armor break off onto the Ming, and he gets it done. Oh, the Ming is in trouble. The Shiho has the third skill. I think this one-shots. We do know it hits really hard. Oh, not able to bring it down. But this is a very close match here. Another Devastation Rain coming out from the Okeanos, bringing down that Fire Twin Angel. Karel and Lanoa is dead. And this Shiho is looking like he's going to solo everything right here. So gets the strip onto the Ming. Ming not able to heal up. And there's no skills coming out from this Water Twin Angel. And Ming will die here. 2-1 victory for Frank. What a match once again. So if you're Kai, what do you do? I mean, like, there's gonna be so much damage output. You cannot really fight for turn 1 as well. Yeah, it's rough, man. Unless you kind of need to commit towards turn 1. Like when you open up with the Water and Fire Twin, most of the time your Water Twin is on Swift Will. But yet again, the base speed is low, so you're susceptible towards things like Shiho, Etna, things like that. Unless you take those units away, right? And don't give the option towards Frank, or maybe just pre-banning one of those as well. Could be nice. So pre-bans this time will be the Oliver and the Wedjat. So Kai is always opening up with the Water Twin Angel. And I don't think Frank changed things up. He's just gonna be sticking towards the Shiho. Shiho has been working so well. Maybe you can even take the Sierra away. So going for the Chandra instead. Oh, there we go. Whose favorite opening here? Chandra and the Wind Twin. However, changing it to the Sekhmet instead. So Sekhmet, slightly safer, I guess. You got the turn 1 strip. Reset. So it still opens up for Frank to opt for his Sadiel and Zarya. Seems pretty strong into the side of Kai, where you can play slow debuff strip and whatnot. So yep, I think he's definitely gonna go for it. And probably picking in another speed leader at the end. So going for the Usher as well. What will Kai do here? He has the option for a Gianna. Will he pick it though? Alright. So if you're Kai, you're gonna lock in this Gianna and another fast unit in the form of the Shiho. So Shiho is good against the Ashur, Sekhmet, Chandra, things like that. Patter for a potential force ban. So now you're in a pickle for Kai, where initially you just wanted to ban off the Chandra, right? The speed lead. Now there's a Patter in the mix if he chooses to pick it at the end here. So gonna go for the Hey Gang instead. Oh, Hey Gang is also a really good counter towards that unit. Yeah, especially as Gianna users. That's your worst nightmare. Considering that you don't have any other options in the draft at the moment. Because if your Yonhong goes for the strip, if your Water Twin goes for strip as well, the opponent will move first. So I think here, probably it's gonna be a force ban material on the Hey Gang, and then you just bang on resistance checks for the Sekhmet. But he's not opting for that. Whoa, he's gonna be banning off the Sadiel and Zarya. instead. So turn 1, Kai is susceptible towards a potential full reset here coming out from the segment. Yeonhong will move first though. So what will Yeonhong do? Will he just go for the blade fan? Not able to get the strip onto the Usher. So that might backfire Kai. His Sierra resisted though. He needs to make the Usher move right here. So Usher has no choice but to aim the Yeonhong, and it's free for his Sierra to potentially lay out some damage output with the bombs. So Yeonhong taking huge damage right there. And I believe that unit is going down. So getting the stun onto the Water Twin. Ramaya and Judaya. Is it on violent? It's pretty slow though. Alright. So bomb has to land. Alright. He gets it on the Usher. And just gonna be detonating it, not playing a full. Usher will go down towards the dot, I believe. But I think still need one more hit though. So Monkey with the stuns here, only getting one stun onto the Hey Gang. Oh, that's pretty unfortunate. Sierra here needs an additional turn to place another bomb. She gets it. I think if you're Kai... Oh, what a miss! The miss bomb from Sierra. It was in the bag. If he landed that bomb right there. Chandra did, and what is the damage output coming up from Frank? Nothing. However, it's not over yet. Shio gets another stun, but this Chandra violent proccing, you can see Kai is triggered a little bit. Oh man. Only one stun once again onto the Hey Gang. So there's gonna be a potential hug into the slow debuff, and the Shio is in trouble. I think here you're just gonna go for the buff, right? You need the attack buff boost. He's opting for the normal attack instead. Very interesting. Can this Shio get his skills up? Alright. I think here you don't gamble, you just go. How? He's actually gambling. Why? Just all oh my god. You should have just skill 3 Chandra. Or the segment. Hide under your immunity because they don't have strip. I think he miscalculated the Hey Gang strip. Because there's no reset coming up from the segment as well. And then he could have definitely survived for another turn or two. And now, it's looking bleak for this Water Twin Angel right here. She's very low on health. Another full reset to end things, and Frank will be getting this win. 3-1 victory goes to him. And he will be moving onwards to the semi-finals of the Pacific League Grand Finals, where he will be up against Flynn. Yeah, I still feel like he did a little bit of misplay right there. I mean, on paper, you want to try the gamble, going for your skill 2 first, I guess. If you can get triple stuns, then that's nice. But you have been seeing your Shiho missing the stuns here and there non-stop. It was always landing only onto the Hey Gang. I don't know about that, man. Although it would have been close if, let's say, he did skill 3 first into the skill 2. So yeah, once again, here are the highlights. Probably he still lose, but then definitely will fare a better shot at winning, right? So yeah, congratulations to Frank. He will be moving onwards to the semi-finals. Right now, we have 4 players left. So it's going to be, I believe, a pool up against OGC PP, and on the other hand, Flynn will be fighting Frank as well for the semi-finals. So really great highlights right here. I think this one, yeah, the pretty unfortunate that the main got stripped. So no heals, and there's nothing the Water Twin Angel can do for round 3. For round 4 here, this one, I still feel like it's a little bit gutted for Kai because at one point he got a little bit lucky with the Sierra Violent blocking, but failing to land the bomb. So I think if, let's say, things would have went smoother for him there, he lands the bomb onto the Chandra, the Sierra dies because it was already last hit, right? The Chandra definitely dies towards the bomb as well. And then you're on to 2v2, where your Shiho still have pretty decent amount of health, right? So yeah, pretty unfortunate turn of events there for Kai. Not able to capitalize on that 4th round, falling to Frank 3-1. And moving onwards to the semi-finals, I cannot wait. We are getting to see Pooh, alright? Looking in the chat, I believe there's a lot of Pooh fans right here. So yeah, once again, thanks for tuning in for today. It's the Pacific League Grand Finals hosted by Comters, and so far we have been seeing really good best of 5 matches between all of these players. Here we go. It's going to be starting soon. Pooh up against OGC PP. And here we go. Yeah, Pooh is a really down-to-earth player. Very humble. Met him once the other day at for the APAC Cup that time, right? Last year. So very nice, friendly guy. What will Pooh do here in terms of the pre-bans? What is it going to be? One of the best RTA players in the scene right now. So it's going to be the Seaen ban as well as the Ming. So Pooh will... OGC PP here will be locking in the Ramael and Judaya. I think Pooh is not gonna change things up. I'll probably see a Chandra win twin. I think that's a very good opening right here. Maybe you can even opt for Oliver instead. A better speed lead. But we do know Pooh is very comfortable playing turn 2. So Shahat and Shiho opening this time, changing things up from the group stages. Now OGC PP is thinking this one very hard. What do I do against these 2 units? There's gonna be silence. Great dots as well. So bringing in the Gianna early on is his strategy right here. Taking away Sadil and Zarya too. He does not want Pooh to have that unit. So I guess Pooh here could run a couple of things. I mean, Hey Gang kind of makes sense. A little bit. Yeah, there we go. Tomoe and Hey Gang. Oh my god, this is something different coming up from Pooh. I like that Tomoe pick. So definitely a force ban material onto the Hey Gang, unless OGC PP goes for something like an Irene. But yet again, Irene probably force ban material as well. So going for the Shizuka instead. And 5 seconds left for this one. He has to lock it in right now. What will it be? It's gonna be the Juno. So Juno is good against the Tomoe pick. Yeah, OGC PP knows it. He has to let the Tomoe through here. He has to force ban the Hey Gang and work from there. So pivoting into Shizuka makes sense. You got the potential revive for the Gianna, able to place bomb. You can spread everything as well. AoE suppression, by the way, since Tomoe has it. So Usher will be locked in at the end. And now in terms of the bans right here, I'll probably be seeing things like a Juno ban, maybe a Shizuka. It's quite tough. I think either one has to go, right? Or you just trade off Gianna with the Heigang. Oh. Alright. So this is actually favoring Pooh right here. Where Heigang is going to be doing so much work. And you can't stop him. So Shiho will be moving first here. Can he get the stun? Alter Ego attack. Let's go. So getting the stun onto the Gianna. So just opting for the strip onto this unit. So Tomoe will be moving first now. Do you just go for the Karma here? Alright, he gets it. And that's gonna be the spread. Oh, this ain't looking good. So silence as well. The spread is coming onto the Gianna. So putting silence onto everyone. Juno push back as well. And now he's going to all in onto the Gianna right here. So Juno will be able to heal up a lot. So starting to work onto the Tomoe. I think this is looking pretty good for OGC PP. Although 3 of his units are deemed irrelevant at this point. There's nothing much he can do here with the Gianna because of the silence. So going for the predicted future, getting double stuns. He needed that badly. And now Tomoe will be able to place another round of Karma onto the Gianna's hit. And can he land a potential stun here? He gets it onto the Gianna. So shot, violent proccing out of the stun, able to silence the Water Twin Angel once again. So everything on the side of OGC PP is half dead. Only the Juno is sustaining pretty well. However, I don't think Juno stands a chance against Shiho, you know? So personally, I think Pooh is just going to remove all of the other units first, and then when it's 4v1, potentially 3v1 if Tomoe goes down. Pretty tough for the Juno to make a comeback because there's gonna be big damage coming out from the shot as well. So here, no choice but to just normal attack. 1.6k per hit. The Gianna goes down. Tons of attack bar for the shot too. So another stun. The Juno is taking too long to bring down that Tomoe. So it's essentially one unit against the wall here. He's gonna try to start working onto the shot right now. Big damage done every single time. Look at that. Juno stands no chance, no way. Because next turn, Alter Ego attack will definitely bring down this unit. And 1-0 victory goes to Pooh. Very nice drafting once again. I love how he plays every single time. He's so composed. You can see the camera, right? He's just relaxing, laughing here and there, picking his units freely. He knows he don't need a speed beat, things like that. He can just rely on the Heigang ban. Very strong pick. Heigang once again fully counter the draft coming up on OGC PP. I still feel like, yeah, you kind of need to probably remove that unit if you're planning to run things like Wind Twin Angel as well as Gianna. Because if Heigang is in the field, those 2 units ain't gonna be doing much, my friend. So either pre-bans on it or force ban. Has to be either one. So these were the last rounds pre-ban, the Miying and the Seimei. So looking at this Seimei pick as well, I think Seimei isn't really that good against Pooh's draft because he don't really rely on all the buffs that he gained, right? Like Usher, one thing is just like a self-heal, things like that, cleanse. So this time OGC PP knows it. He's going to remove the Heigang, and Pooh will be banning off the Patter as well. So first pick, do we see a Chandra? I don't really think you open up with a Shiho. I feel like it's a little bit too aggressive. Probably take away one of the speed leads here that you feel like, oh, a Gianna makes sense. Alright. So, pre-ban. OGC PP went for the Heigang pre-ban. And now Pooh is going to capitalize on that, taking the Gianna very early on. And how are you going to counter that unit right now? So I believe you have to run things like Twin Angel Atna. I believe we'll be seeing Atna in the mix later on. So 10 seconds here for Pooh to lock in his draft. It's going to be the Chandra and Shiho. So double water locked in. And for PP, he's pivoting here. Oh, I don't know about this. I don't really like the pivot into a Singza. Although it kind of makes sense, I guess. But then there's gotta be the Ming in the field too. This is gonna be pretty tough for OGC PP. However, Josephine is gonna be pretty nice here because there's tons of stuns coming up on Chandra, the Shiho, the Gianna as well. So potential force ban and Pooh. We don't see the Nikki too often. I think this is his first time bringing it in to the tournament too. So it's gonna be a pretty heavy dark draft coming out from Pooh. OGC PP, what will he do here? I guess Seimei to... Oh, okay. Geo also makes sense. If you're running Geo, it means that you are gonna be banning off the Nikki, right? Or probably the Ming. Either one of those has to go. But we'll see. 10 seconds left for them to lock in their bans. And it is going to be the Nikki and Josephine. Alright. Yeah, because you don't want Nikki to like just cleanse everything up. So probably a very good ban material right there. Shiho once again will be moving first here. Can he get the stun onto the Fire Twin Angel? I think he's going to work onto that. And he gets it on the last hit itself. So suppression needs to be landed onto the Gianna. Not able to get it. Normal attack strip. Armor break as well. Now, he needs to pray that his Fire Twin Angel proc. Or he has to get a stun here. Alright, so Singza working out pretty well right now. There's gonna be the hug onto the Gianna and slow debuff landed onto everyone. Wow, that Chandra's accuracy is actually really high though. So Gianna here will be able to put the bomb onto the Singza and follow through with a critical error as well. No additional turn for the Fire Twin Angel means it's gonna be going down. Now Chandra slowly working onto the Singza as well. Oh, this is looking really bad for OGC PP. His Singza probably gonna be going down here due to the bomb. And another nice stun. Singza goes down 2v4 and Pooh playing it so well. Yeah, the downside of pre-banning Heigang, if you don't have first turn pick, you're gonna let Pooh take the Gianna every single day. Alright? So it's very hard to counter. You remove one of the counter of your own from the pre-ban. And now Gianna able to free roll here, placing bombs left and right. And Pooh will be gaining a 2-0 lead against OGC PP. Once again, a very nice showcase of a counter pick draft. Although you do need to have the units as well, you know? So yeah, luckily Pooh has a Gianna, he takes it away and OGC PP doesn't have an answer towards it. Personally, like I said, when you open up with the Water and the Fire Twin Angel, when you see your opponent run Gianna, I would prefer you to run things like maybe an Oliver. Yeah, because Oliver provides speed leads too, and then you can follow through with the Etna. Like I said, Etna is gonna be super strong against Gianna teams most of the time. But also pivoting into Singza and Josephine kind of makes sense as well. Could work both ways, you know. But I would prefer to go a little bit more aggressive because you are locking in speed leads and stuff like that already for your first phase of the draft. Oh, I just read the comments here. Why? Who related to Sean B? I don't think so. However, now that you mention it, they do look pretty similar, eh? Yeah, maybe the long lost brother right there. So Pooh leading this 2-0. And will he get a 3-0 clean sweep to enter into the finals of the Pacific League? Or will OGC PP make a reverse sweep comeback right here? We'll see real soon. Also, one thing to note, boys and girls, there's gonna be 2 coupon codes to be given out today as well. So just make sure to sit back and relax and enjoy the entirety of the stream. Make sure to also collect it once it's shown later on the stream as well, as it will expire at the end of the 25th of May, alright? So really good stuff for free, boys. And I cannot wait to see this next set of best of 5 between these 2 Goliaths. 2 very strong players. As we do know, OGC PP coming out from the Thailand region. Pooh, I think no introduction needed from the Vietnam region as well. Both players really strong. And here we go. Moving onwards to round 3 of this best of 5. Oh, you can see OGC PP is pretty stressed out. He's thinking it through. What do I ban? What do I want to deter from my draft? This pre-ban is very important. So now you cannot pre-ban Heigang. That's gonna be a problem. And it's going to be the Ming and Seaen once again. So first pick this time will go to OGC PP. And do we see him locking in the Ramael and Judaya once again? It has not been working out for him. Because Pooh can always run the Shiho. Oh, he's still going to be taking the Gianna first pick. Now, this is gonna be pretty easy for Pooh. Definite Heigang pick right there. And to follow through would be the Shahat. The Wind Bayak. Nowadays we are seeing that a lot because of the skill 2. I feel like he does really good damage. Something similar like Miles, but able to silence as well. Putting dots too. So Pooh is going very aggressive here with the Tomoe and Shiho pick as well. OGC PP. I think you need to stick to your guns. You gotta fight speed with speed here. No other way around it. Slight pivot into the Meiho Wang though. But Meiho Wang isn't good against Tomoe, my friend. It's gonna be pretty rough. I don't know about this. I feel for OGC PP is a very hard pick at the end here, and he actually pivots into the Angela as well. Oh, Angela isn't gonna be doing much, my friend. However, if I'm Pooh, I'll just probably ban off the speed lead. Don't want to get resetted, you know. And he's gonna fall onto his Usher. So Usher is super strong right here. There's gonna be the self-cleanse. The cleanse onto the lowest HP ally as well. Probably removing the bomb from the Gianna. And then there's still Heigang to counter that unit. So, what will the pre-bans? What will the bans be this time? It's pretty tough. Sekhmet and Tomoe removed. Oh, once again, this Heigang is going to be doing so much work. Like you can see over here, even though Pooh doesn't have speed lead, if the Gianna goes for the critical error strip, everything will still move in front. You can see the tuning is really well here. Gianna getting stun up on turn 1. And there's nothing the Oliver can do to follow through. So all he can do is just normal attacking here, doing a little bit of poke damage onto the Shahad, but not much at all. And Angela... yeah, I'm not really sure about this Angela pick right here. So getting double stuns once again. The Heigang so strong. Now this monkey with the glancing. Definitely not able to bring down anything on turn 1. Now there's gonna be the big damage onto the Gianna and Usher to follow through to bring down that unit. Unfortunately not able to land the armor break, but Gianna will go down towards the dot. And it's already 3v4. Advantage Pooh. The glancing too strong as well. Mei Ho Wang not able to crit. And yeah, you're not gonna get any positives from this Angela pick. Because with the heal block, it's so strong. So another round of silence, additional turn to follow through into the Rampage of Rage. This one is definitely looking really good for Pooh. So just trying to do as much damage as he can onto the Oliver right there. And he will be going down. Angela is not doing anything in the field. Pretty unlucky. Another round of additional turns. Mei Ho Wang already half-life. Now he can just steal the shield, hide under the invincibility buff. Mei Ho Wang slowly but surely, I think, is gonna go down here. Yeah, he failed to crit once again. He's just gonna go for all or nothing. Didn't get a stun to boost the attack bar of that unit, but Usher will be able to follow through real soon. So just opting for the normal attack. Can he kill off that Usher? Not able to bring it down just yet. So finally that unit will be removed, I believe. Yeah, he was thinking whether to go skill 2 there. The gamble paid off. But Shiho is going to be moving next. He has to heal up. I think the monkey needs to bring down the Shahad real soon, so he gets the additional turn. Big damage done. Oh, Mei Ho Wang is gonna drop. And there we go. Pooh, I believe, is going to the finals of the Pacific League here. Because from what I'm seeing here... Okay, hold up. Can this Angela win 1v3? I have no idea, because there's gonna be self-cleanse, heal. Whenever she places the shield, they are gonna be taking some form of damage back as well. So it's 2v1 Angela against the wall. Oh, I don't think she stands a chance. The Shiho is doing too much damage, bro. So he's not even gonna be taking damage from the shield. Reflective, passive, due to the fact that he has invincibility buff every single time. And then every time he goes for this, boom, boom, boom. Angela down to last hit. And 3-0 victory going to the side of Pooh. We have seen our first finalist of the day, boys and girls. So Pooh will be locking in his slot in the grand finals of the Pacific League. And who will we see fighting Pooh? Is it going to be Flynn? Or is it going to be Frank? We'll find out real short, right? So I think in all, so far, all the matches have been really high quality RTA drafting here and there. So we did see Pooh actually having a very comfortable 3-0 victory against OGC PP. Once again, kudos to OGC PP for playing so well up until this stage, right? He has made it through from the regional qualifiers from Thailand. Definitely that's one of the regions where they have so many like insane players, individuals, where they have tons of LD Nat 5s, things like that. All super strong moves as well. Especially like if you see, like in terms of individuals, right? Most of the class players, I don't know what to call them, but then they're all in the Orphanage Guild, right? I think almost all of them has very good RTA knowledge and also in the top ranks. So for him to actually come out ahead over there in the Thailand region, he really stamped his ground there and able to give us a very good showcase of what he is, alright? So once again, kudos to him. Unfortunately, not able to bring down the Goliath of Pooh. So really strong player. Once again, the legend RTA player a couple of seasons back, I believe. Last season was Spinks, right? So yeah. Now, I cannot wait to see Flynn, alright? So everybody, I think Flynn is one of those players where recently he has made a very good name for himself, upcoming in the ranks. He was always around like top 100, but now I believe with all the units that he has, it all synergizes so well, and I think he has the potential to be like easily top 50 in the game right now. In terms of the rune quality as well, very strong. Frank, obviously, no introduction needed for this guy. A very, very strong player too. So we did see him getting a very convincing win against Kai earlier. And who is going to be the one moving onwards to fighting Pooh in the grand finals? Stay tuned shortly, alright? So Pooh already locked in at least minimum 1,500 USD because that will be the first runner-up place. The ultimate prize for this tournament will be 3,000 US dollars. The twins figurine and also the legendary all attribute pack. So after we're done with this best of 5, we will be releasing the first coupon code of the day. Alright, so here we go. Flynn. Pre-bans locked in. The Kovarchi and Light Twin Angel. So Frank doesn't want to deal with that. A very early Laura pick. Alright, I like that a lot. So it's going to prove that Flynn is going to be sticking towards his guns. He's just gonna be cleaving you with all his super fast units. And I think Flynn is probably gonna be taking things like... Do we see a silver here? Alright, Tetsuya kind of makes sense. A silver will be able to provide the 33% speed lead. So it all depends what he wants to choose here. Opting for the Vanessa instead. Fitting in the Tianlang as well. So Tianlang is gonna be good to counter the Shiho second skill. And all of the Oliver's skills as well. When they steal the attack bar. The Tianlang will be moving a lot. And it's gonna be the Sadail and Zarya. The Wind Twin Angel. Locked in as well as the Ming. Oh, Mei Ho Wang here is a very nice unit, honestly, because you got Tianlang's normal attack, armor break into a big nuke. Usher to follow through with some sort of cleanse heals as well. So if you're running very heavy fire here, do you just ban off the Praha like the last pick or the Shiho? I think either one of those, right? Yeah, this Praha is looking really solid. A very good pick. I think it's gonna be pretty close between the ban onto Praha or Shiho. And for Frank, I think he kind of wants to just remove the speed lead. Probably makes sense. You remove Vanessa, there's no revive. there's a chance, I guess, for you to kill off something early on. But we'll see. Usher is definitely one of those units that will help out the team. So yep, I think Usher ban is also very good here. Praha definite force ban material. The alter ego attack not able to get the stun onto the Laura. Flynn is looking very comfortable placing the Light Guardian Angel. Unfortunately, not able to strip the Shiho just yet. So armor break landed onto the Oliver, and there's gonna be potential stuns. Not able to get any stuns rolling for him. And this Oliver is already in trouble. Now, he needs to reset the monkey. I think you kind of need to gamble a little bit here. Didn't get the attack bar reduction. So, Oliver is gonna go down to a normal attack from that unit. So gets the additional turn. The Ming doing so much work. Okay, Oliver doesn't stand a chance. We'll go down here. However, it's gonna be a trade-off right now because Vanessa is gonna be dropping dead real soon. It's already down to last hit, getting another round of stuns onto the Laura. So now this Ming needs to try to armor break the Meiho Wang, I think. Working onto the Laura instead. Alright. So with the slow debuff landed from the Sadail and Zarya earlier on, the Tianlang isn't moving as much as I hoped for. So this Shiho will be able to follow through with the alter ego attack. Definitely you want to do this to hide under the invincibility buff. Getting another round of stuns onto the Tianlang. So Monkey. Is the Monkey going to move in front of the Ming? I don't think so. Oh, he does. Hold up. There's a chance for the Ming to die. And honestly, I think it's gonna be tough for the Meiho Wang to sustain the Shiho's damage here. Unless he gets a big crit, gets additional turn as well. But the alter ego attack is going to bring down this Meiho Wang, right? I don't think he can sustain this. Yep, there we go. And 1-0 to Frank. Very shaky moments for Flynn. Alright, 1-0. Frank in the lead. And so far, I believe everybody is having issues against dealing that Water Monkey King, eh? It's so strong. I think so far, most of the time people pick that unit, it has been having a really good win rate. From what I'm seeing in terms of all the matches, right, that we have so far today. So once again, very good showcase of a Shiho once again. Very nice skill kit. Nowadays, it's so much easier to even land your armor break. I mean the stun, right? The stun's pretty easy to land on the alter ego attack. So once this one, the last round pre-bans are the Light Twin Angel and Kovarchi. What will it be this time? I think if you're Frank, probably you want to remove things like Laura or the Tianlang as well. Probably either one of those. Okay, so it's going to be the double LD Pandas removed from the picture in this one. Alright, first pick will go to Frank here. Taking the Oliver, and Flynn is going to be opting for his Tetsuya and Shiho. Oh, Flynn is actually changing a lot of things from his group stage phase, right? We didn't see him pick Tetsuya. Am I still allowed to call him Tetsuya because they changed his name? Fire Megumi, right? Or Fire Exorcist Association Conjurer. Oh, it's super long right now, the name. So Frank is opting for this Josephine. Okay, alright. A Burgild debut right here. And he's gonna be fitting in a Rakuni as well. So changing his draft. This is something we didn't see from Flynn yet. And Frank is going to fall back on his good old Julian. As we do know, very strong unit with the self-sustainability passive. Because there's nothing to deter the Julian from dying on turn 1. You do not have any damage that resists death. So it's gonna be the force band material onto the Julian. And the light pumpkin as well. Wow. Alright. So here we go. She-Ho will be moving first. Is this Burgild on Violin? It's slower than the She-Ho. So he gets the stun onto the Oliver already. No provokes landed onto the Fire Megumi. So the Eagle will land another round of stuns onto that unit. Burgild not able to get the armor break off. So pretty unfortunate here. Now Praha probably just opting for the normal attack. That's so much damage done onto the Fire Megumi. So he needs to try to land the armor break. Not able to get it once again. And triple stuns this time from the She-Ho. Alright, here we go. Josephine needs to stun. Did not get it. Armor break finally landed. And we do know this Burgild is on Violin right now. So this Oliver is still surviving by the skin of his teeth. And he has to kill it right now. A very close call for Flynn. So resets once again landed onto the She-Ho. Getting the additional turn from the Burgild. Armor break. Rakuni will be able to cleanse. No stuns this time onto the Praha. This is still a very close match because the She-Ho could potentially go down really soon. Can he kill it in time? Not able to crit. And that is going to hurt him a lot because the Daydream will be up. The speed buff providing Josephine the turn as well. Oh, Burgild is in trouble. What can this Tetsuya do? The Fire Megumi needs to get some big stuns. Still not having the skill 2 yet. So stealing the speed buff away from the Okeanos. Armor break landed. And we are back to kind of square one right now. Where all the units on Flynn's side is still pretty healthy. But Burgild taking tons of damage here. So Rakuni needs to self-cleanse. Try to heal up the team a little bit more. Yeah, Flynn needs to kill off this Okeanos ASAP. There's gonna be another round of the Rain of Stones. And I don't think Flynn is gonna be winning this because everything on the side of Frank is still pretty healthy. And now he's just left this She-Ho all alone. He needs to try to remove this Okeanos ASAP. Problem here is, do you go for the Alter Ego attack? They are not able to one-shot the Praha. I think, honestly, if that She-Ho critted the Praha earlier on, that unit goes down, it wouldn't have been at this state. So, yeah, pretty unfortunate that the She-Ho earlier didn't get the stun. Didn't get the crit onto the Praha when it was like pretty low on health. I think it was down to last hit. He was able to Daydream back to almost full life, and from here on out it's looking really bleak because Frank will be able to just a reset of this She-Ho every single time. So gets it, and another additional turn from the Praha into the heal. I think this one is just a formality. The She-Ho is definitely gonna be dropping real soon here. He does not have any skills, and the Rakuni sustain isn't enough. So everything on the side of Frank is proccing too much. Too much to handle for the She-Ho, and 2-0. Going to the side of Flynn. Going to the side of Frank, sorry. So Frank playing out of his mind right here. Having a really big lead. against Flynn. 2-0 up. One thing to note, the Praha keep on proccing, right? Did I see wrongly earlier? It's like every other turn, then he has the Daydream up already. Wow. Turn cycling too fast. But yeah, I think once again, it kind of hurt Flynn for not killing off that Praha in time. Once that Daydream got off, yeah, it was just too tough to make a comeback. And from what I'm seeing there, the Tetsuya, aka the Fire Megumi, was also pretty squishy, right? Probably on some sort of crit rate or damage build. Maybe speed, crit rate, HP. So I think in terms of the pre-bans, it's definitely back towards the Light Twin Angel and Kovarchi that we are seeing from round 1. Do you even want to ban Kovachi here? Because seems like there's other units that is more troublesome for your draft, right? So will Frank get a 3-0 clean sweep against Flynn, or can Flynn make a huge comeback to go into the finals? And it needs to be really big. 3 rounds in a row. So Flynn is opting for the Oliver first pick. Chandra and Sadail Zurya to follow through on the side of Frank. And Flynn this time will be taking the Okeanos away. I think you kind of need it because in terms of Frank, his Okeanos runes are super strong as well. So he's gonna be taking away the Tianlang here. Tianlang obviously very good against the Okeanos and the Oliver as well. So fitting in a Gapsu. And if you're Flynn, I think you need to go all in with damage. And here we go. It's going to be the Laura all in together with Sierra. What will Frank do at the end here? It needs to be a really strong force band material. Probably things like Sonia? I think Sonia makes sense. Running another speed lead in the form of Fire Megumi. Alright. Now because there's gonna be a lot of AoE damage coming out from Flynn. So just gonna be opting for the ban onto it. Do not want to get cut in between into potential stuns and whatnot, you know. Fire Megumi is super strong right now in the current meta. And Alter Ego Attack getting the stun onto Sadel and Zurya. Laura to follow through with big damage. And there's gonna be the Rain of Stones. Everything already half-life on the side of Flynn, on the side of Frank. So getting the full reset onto the Chandra. As well as the Tianlang. The Tianlang gets the armor break off. Can he get the stuns here? Oh wait, he can't even use it because of the immunity placed from the Wind Twin Angel. So there's gonna be a reset here. Getting the strip onto that unit. Chandra getting the violent turn once again. Doing massive damage onto the Oliver. Oliver finally getting 1 proc as well. Tianlang, can he get some stuns here? He does not. Only onto the Oliver, which is pretty pointless already because that unit is definitely gonna be dropping dead real soon. Shiho here next turn has the Alter Ego Attack, I believe. Yeah, he can go for the all things and all of nothing, getting the stun onto the Chandra. Now, he needs to kill off this Shiho ASAP. I think you go all in onto the Tianlang, right? Yeah, Tianlang is gonna be pretty annoying here. Okeanos next turn has the skills. No additional turn for him. Laura has the chance to stun here and play slow debuff. So he gets it onto the Gapsu. So this is looking really good for Flynn. Because he can follow through with the stuns once again. He gains the 50% attack bar. A sleep pot from the Laura. And GG. Alright. One back for Flynn. Reverse sweep potentially possible for him. Alright. Just need to take it one match at a time here. So, will Frank be able to close this one? Or can Flynn make a huge comeback? We'll see real soon. So this will be the 4th match of the best of 5 between these two sets of players. And here we go. Match 4. Who do you pre-ban this time? If you're Frank, that Laura did so much work. Or do you just first pick Shiho every single time? I think Shiho today has a 90% win rate. Maybe even higher than that. Did anyone lose with Shiho yet? I kind of forgot already. But seems like it's a really nice unit to have right now in your draft. Okay, here we go. Pre-bans locked in, and Flynn is actually going to remove that Water Monkey King. Not gonna let Frank have it, and Tianlang will be pre-banned as well. So I think this is gonna be looking really good for Flynn, where he will have his Light Twin Angel and Laura to pick. So he's going for the Sierra first. Sierra will benefit from the attack buff later on. And Frank opening up with the Oliver pick means that he needs to go for something like a Sekhmet. I think Sekhmet here makes pretty good sense to me. You got the strip reset. Okay, Avocadoz also good. And to follow through, it's gonna be the Wedjat as well. So locking in double speed leads. What will Flynn do here? Alright. The Light Twin Angel is picked up. Does he follow through with a Wunsa? We're going for the Tetsuya once again. Oh, this is pretty tough. So Tetsuya, the Fire Megumi can cut in between here. Really strong unit. And Frank is pivoting a little bit into the Usher, finalizing his draft with a Valantis as well. So I think if you're Flynn here, you kind of have no choice but to probably bring in... Okay, Juno... Yeah, Juno makes sense here. So I'm assuming the ban is onto the Usher. Because Juno is pretty good against Avocadoz, the Wedjat, the Valantis as well. Oh, it's going to be the ban onto Wedjat. Alright, so speed leads locked in. Valantis most of the time should be on some sort of despair set, right? So first turn probably goes to Flynn right here. So Laura will move first. To follow through will be the Light Twin Angel. Laura failing to get some strips. So nice stun onto the Valantis. And to follow through with the barrage shot. Big damage done. Sarah will be able to follow through with a bomb. Can he land it? He misses the bomb onto the Usher. You can see his face. Oh no, that was pretty unfortunate. So now he's susceptible towards the AoE stuns. And Usher will be able to follow through with a heal. Laura getting resetted. Oh, that missed bomb is going to hurt Flynn so bad. And now, advantage will be on the side of Frank. Because the Sierra getting one-shotted there. And now, I think if you're the Usher, you just probably work onto the Fire Megumi, right? You just putting out some damage there. A full reset onto the Laura as well. I think this one is looking bleak because Volantis will be moving next. And he's able to control the team with the glancings and also able to place dots real soon. So Tetsuya here, what can he do? It's gonna be really tough to bring down the Usher from here on out. Because Laura with a full reset, not getting any turns. The dots landed, and I think this one is looking really good for Frank to clinch this one. I guess he can reset off the Oliver here, but with the glancing, not able to land it. Another full round of reset. Yeah, this is rough. And Frank now has the heal once again. Oh boy, Laura is gone out of the picture here. Gets another additional turn. I mean, at this point, you don't need it. You already won. Yep. So Frank will be getting this win against Flynn. And we have our finalists locked in already. Congratulations to Frank. He will be moving onwards to the finals of the Pacific League. And he will be battling it out against Pooh for the ultimate prize of $3,000 US, the Twins figurine, and also the legendary all attribute pack. So what a showcase once again right there. I think if let's say the Seaen landed the bomb, maybe he had a shot at winning. Yeah, that bomb miss was so bad because I mean in general when you bring in Sierra, her only job is to place the bomb, explode it, and then you're kind of good to go from there, you know, because with Usher out of the picture, I believe that Sierra is also on a very, very high attack build because Usher was able to just one-shot it with the third skill. So probably bomb damage will be around like 30k, close to it, with the artifacts coming up from that unit. Usher goes down, you don't have heals, and I think smooth sailing from there, you know? But it's not what it is. That miss bomb from the Sierra actually costed Flynn that match right there and then. So once again, congratulations to Frank. Once he's going to be fighting Pooh in the finals, and we are definitely gonna be releasing the first code of the day real soon, alright? So make sure to just collect this one once it's shown later on in the stream, alright, boys and girls? So once again, it's all to play for. The first runner-up, so Pooh and Frank, they already locked in at least minimum $1,500 US, together with the Light Dark Summon Pack 2. And the ultimate prize once again for the champion will be $3,000 US. That's a lot of big bucks right there. And we'll see who is the one that is going to be crowned champion in this one, alright? So we'll be probably taking a look at some of the highlights once again right here. So you can see Flynn. I think this one, yeah, the monkey didn't stand a chance against the Shiho. A pretty convincing win from Frank. Able to one-shot it at half-life. And 1-0 goes to him. The second one here, yeah, it was just too unfortunate that Flynn missed the crit onto the Praha for another round of Daydream, and then things go south from there on as well. So this one, even though Avocadoz getting the double strips. Yeah, this one the Gatsu didn't really do too much here because he was higher HP than the Chandra, so he was always going to be cleansing that unit instead. With a slow debuff, he's not gonna be moving much. This one, the Mist Bomb secures the fate of Flynn because Avocadoz was able to just dish out the Rain of Stones. Usher one-shotting the Sierra right here. Look at the armor break landed and almost 7,000 per hit. And there's no way to make a comeback when your Laura and the Light Twin Angel was resetted the whole time. Yeah, the Oliver did God's work as well. Oliver, too good, man, too good. And Tetsuya goes down here. 3, 4v1, everything on the side of Frank, very healthy. Valantis didn't really do too much as well. So we are gonna be releasing the first code here of the day, alright? It's All-Star are here. You'll be able to receive 200,000 mana and 5 mystical scrolls, boys and girls. Alright, make sure to collect this one as soon as possible. There will be one more coupon code later on after the finals, alright? So make sure to stay tuned all the way to the end and enjoy this stream. Once again, All-Star are here. You'll be able to receive 200,000 mana stones and 5 mystical scrolls. Make sure to collect it right now as the code will expire at the end of 25th of May, alright? So have you guys been enjoying all the matches so far? Let me know down in the comments below. Who are you rooting for? Is it who? Definitely, right? Because I see the chat a lot of Vietnamese players are here. Or is it going to be Frank? Yeah, Frank also have a really good fan base as well. Alright, so before I remove this code here, once again, All-Star are here. You'll be able to receive the rewards in-game. Alright. And we should be able to start our grand final match between Pooh and Frank. Alright. So on one hand, I feel like they do share similar drafting. We did see Pooh playing a lot of She-Hoes as well. Things like that. I think they share meanings as well. Both of them have that unit. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see what kind of strategy that they are gonna be dishing out over here. Probably Pooh so far have been running the Shahad quite well. Usher, I think, is going to be a very hot pick too. So yeah, both of their playstyle is pretty similar, and I cannot wait to see what will change in terms of the drafting, right? So we have lost our fallen brothers here, Avocadoz, OGC PP, Kai, Flynn out of this tournament already. And now we are just left with 2. Alright. Here we go, we should be able to start it real soon. And once again, there's gonna be one more coupon code to be given out later at the end of the stream, right? So far, what match have been like really exciting for you? Let me know down in the comments below, alright? I think so far the closest one was the there's just too many. Yeah. OGC PP played very well. But I would like to see more of a showcase of Mings. I think so far the unit has been pretty good, but yet again a little bit lackluster as well. So far we are seeing the accuracy on that unit not that high, right? I think like a lot of them they try to normal attack, didn't get the armor break, and then yeah, if you can't kill the opponent in time, Ming doesn't stand a chance to like survive alone, right? So yeah. So once again, cannot wait for this match to start. Yeah, I think they are getting ready real soon. So in terms of the prizes, once again, the 5th and 6th placements, they already achieved the SD figurine volume 2. The 2 runner-ups, the 2 second runner-ups, basically OGC PP and Flynn, they will be receiving $500 US. So not too bad, I guess. I mean, obviously you want to be playing for the $3,000 ultimate prize, but 500 still pretty decent. There's a few good packs that you can actually buy for free. And also you're gonna be getting the Light and Dark Summon Pack 1, the first runner-up. So either Pooh or Frank will be locking in at least minimum 1,500 USD together with the Light Dark Summon Pack 2, and once again the ultimate prize, $3,000 US, the Twins figurine and Legendary All Attribute Pack. Alright, so far I think today we have been seeing very bad showcasing of Sierras. Sierra not picked too much, and also when it's picked, it has not been performing well. That's the downside about running bombers. Like in general, when You know, if you're a Gianna user, you usually will be running things like Sierra Gianna together. When they miss bomb, it hurts so bad because that's their main point of being in the field, right? It's not the normal attack, we don't care about that. You need to land your bomb. And most of the time, yeah, even though you got 85% accuracy, which is like the max, but there will always be that 15% chance to resist, which is definitely hurting Flynn earlier in that match, right? Alright, here we go, boys. We have Frank on the left hand corner, the qualifier from the Hong Kong, Macau, Taiwan region, one of the best players in game as well. And on the other hand, Mr. Pooh, top legend player in the current meta right now. Who is going to prevail and win this tournament? We'll see real soon. It's a best of 5 for this grand finals. Pre-bans will be locked in real soon. Pooh is thinking hard. He's scratching his head. What do I want to pre-ban? And it's gonna be the Oliver. And Carwell and Lanoa ban off as well. So Pooh will be able to get first pick here. Does he open up with something like a Chandra? Oh, Shahat. Alright, so today he's opening up with Shahat a lot. Frank is going to be opting for his Segmet and Ming trustworthy units right there. And what will Pooh do this time? So there's gonna be potential resets from the Segmet. I guess running Shiho doesn't really make much sense, so you'll probably run something else. Oh, he's still gonna go for the Shiho and Tomoe, not changing things up in terms of the draft from the last set of best of 5. So I really like how he actually utilized all these kind of units. Like for example, I believe Pooh is the one that actually made Usher like super meta in the scene. Everybody watched him from the APAC qualifiers, things like that. He was bringing in things like Usher where people wasn't really utilizing it yet. And then he made the showcase of it so well. Actually helped him to win so many games. Because one thing, Pooh is those kind of players where he has very good efficiency in terms of the runes. So they are also very fast and super tanky. If they can survive turn 1, like for example, if people go things like Yon Hong, Gianna, Sierra, all these kind of things, if he can survive on turn 1, Usher heals up and the reverse comeback will be definitely on the field. So Frank going for this Valantis here. Is Valantis a good pick? It means that you're gonna be banning off the Eleanor? Is that the case? Or maybe removing the speed lead? Who knows? Yeah, Tomoe looks like a juicy ban right here. Alright, there we go. Tomoe and the Ming removed. And there will be speed lead for the side of Frank. Here we go. Resistance is futile for Pooh. Come on, can he resist the skills coming up from Frank? Or can Frank land everything right here? Segmet will move first. Reset probably onto the Shiho or Praha. I think those two are looking really scary here. Opts for the light pony instead, not able to get it. And now Valantis will follow through with the strips. Everything resisted on that light pony. However, now getting the strip into the stuns. So big damage done. Now, potential silence incoming from Pooh. Yeah, Praha not able to heal up. The pony didn't get the additional turn, so another round of resets should be able to follow through for the segment here. I think you kind of just want to remove the Praha's heal, right? Oh, going greedy a little bit. Placing more debuffs. But where is your controls? Yeah, didn't get the attack bar reduction onto the Praha, so it means that that unit will probably have the heal real soon. Shiho here probably just go for the all or nothing as well. Oh, playing it safe. Alter Ego attack and Segmet is going down. So there's gonna be the full heal for the Praha, and the Eleanor will be able to cleanse. That's why Pooh is one of the best RTA players here. He's always able to capitalize on the opponent not killing off anything on turn 1. And then when push comes to shove, he's able to heal up everybody back to full. And now all the skills on Frank's side have been exhausted. And there's nothing much he can do. So Eleanor just gonna transform back into this form. Potential round of silence incoming onto the Wedjut as well. Getting the additional turn, Wedjut is gonna drop towards the dots. So getting a huge stun onto the Okeanos as well. This is looking really good for Pooh. There's nothing much the Valentis can do from here on out. No more skills. And 1-0. A very, very meticulous, clean fight coming out from Pooh. How do you deal against that lineup? It's so tough, you know? Like, that's why I really like how he dropped. It's like he doesn't rely on his speed leads that much. He can always sustain turn 1 damage. And then there's gonna be things like the Light Pony or even Usher, things like that he goes for later on in the draft, which will definitely help him out to sustain the team a little bit more longer. So what will Frank do this time? So it seems like going turn 1 here all in isn't really the best option. Yeah, when you're running Segmet, even if you land the reset onto the Light Pony, 1 Violent proc, she has the skill again. So that's the only downside of bringing in Segmet against all these kind of short cooldown units. And if you're Frank, do you just want to remove the Light Pony right here and then? It's going to be the Gianna. And the Okeanos as well. Alright. So first pick will go to Frank. Taking the Chandra. So what will Pooh do this time? I think he's not gonna be changing things up. Sticking towards the Shiho and Shahat. Because from the looks of things, Frank does not have an answer towards it yet, potentially. So bringing in the Wind Twin Angel once again together with the Segmet. And here, I think we're just gonna be seeing things like the Light Pony once again. So Tomoe and Heigang first, alright. So Heigang is very good against the Twin Angel. I guess Ming could be a pretty decent pivot here. Actually running a Dark Nezuko as well. So Dark Nezuko does have some sort of cleanse, immunity and whatnot. Able to pair up potentially with the Ming as well to dish out good damage output. And now what will Pooh do at the end here? But if you just ban off the Ming, where's the damage coming out from Frank? Oh, Layla is so nice here. Tomoe Layla combo. There we go. We haven't seen this one yet for a very, very long time. But if you have the runes, it's still really solid in the current meta, right? So I guess you just ban off the Yeah, the speed lead. So Tomoe removed as well. So you got Hagen to counter the Twin Angel. Segment can potentially reset the Shiho or the Layla. Alright, let's go. HP lead on one corner. On the other hand, attack lead in the form of Shiho. Alright. Second round between this best of 5. Shiho will move first. Can he get the stun onto the segment? And he gets it. Wow, the Shiho faster than the segment itself. And now, with the silence onto the Ming, he's not able to cleanse with the passive. A very nice stun once again onto the Dark Nezuko. And this time, glancing landed onto the Sadael and Zarya. So silence 2 turns. Wow, this team is looking really strong. Oh, that's a huge additional turn. I think you just go for the skill tree, right? Oh, unfortunately, he didn't get the cleanse onto the Ming. He was praying for it. And getting another round of stuns. So now, Segment will be able to finally get the reset off by opting for the armor break instead, landed onto tree. So Pooh got no choice but to start working onto the Ming right now. Just reducing the attack bar every single time. Now, can he go back with some stuns? Triple stuns landed from the Wind Twin Angel. No stun from the Dark Nezuko, however. And he can follow through with a reset. This Shahat violent proccing one time again. So he really needs to kill off this Ming ASAP. I think with all the dots there, I don't think Ming survives this, right? Yeah, he's going down. And now, even if you land a slow debuff here, where is your damage? You are really lacking on it. The Layla does have the second skill soon. So Segment no more skills for 2 more turns. And it's looking really bad for Frank once again. Everything is exhausted. No skills from the Twin Angel as well. Didn't get the Despair stun that he needed. Can the Dark Nezuko violent? Did not get it. So I think Segment is gonna drop here. And to follow through, Layla surviving 1 HP. There's gonna be the silence once again landed. So Dark Nezuko can't cleanse this one off. And Shiho will be able to follow through with the Alter Ego attack. Getting the big damage done onto that Wind Twin Angel to follow through. Hagang will be able to finish it off. Not yet, still surviving, but to no avail. It's down to just the Dark Nezuko and 2-0 lead for Mr. Pooh. So he's really playing his drafting very well. And what else can you dish out? Do you have any secret strategy here? Secret draft to just catch Pooh off guard? But on the other hand, Pooh isn't changing his draft at all. He's just sticking towards the Tomoe all the way. So do you just pre-ban that unit? Maybe you have to, you know? Try to force Pooh to go in a different direction. Because from the looks of things, Frank doesn't have an answer towards the Shiho, Shahat, Tomoe lineup. So once again, these were the last round pre-bans. Is it going to be a 3-0 sweep for Pooh? Or can Frank make a comeback here? Gianna Okeana's pre-ban last round. It is going to be... Oh, the Fire Twin Angel and Oliver once again. Alright. So I think Pooh is just going to be opening up with the Shahat once again. He's been very comfortable picking it so far in this series. Or does he want to suddenly change things up? Alright, he's sticking towards a safety net here. Just opting for the shot first. Oliver and Ming to follow through. So far, we haven't been seeing the Ming working well for Frank. I think Pooh has very good answers against it. And now he already knows that his Shiho is going to outspeed the segment, right? So I guess you can just bring it in. Onus is onto the opponent whether he wants to ban it off, alright? So yep, Shiho and Tomoe once again. Like I said, don't need to change things up when it's working. Onus is on to Frank to change his draft. So from the looks of things here, yeah, he's gonna be sticking towards the Wedjat once again, providing speed lead. But where is the damage if Ming is banned? Alright. That's one unit that he can work with, the Irene. Oh, the double oracles at the end here is juicy. I really like it. So double speed leads locked in. Tetsuya to follow through, aka Fire Megumi, aka Fire Exorcist Association Conjurer. Oh man. Okay, I'll just call it Fire Megumi, alright? Feels bad. I really like the Tetsuya name. I wish he get it back. Alright, so speed leads on both sides here. And onwards to round 3 between Pooh and Frank. This is potentially the last match. If Pooh wins this one, he will be crowned champion of the Pacific League Grand Finals. So he gets the reset off onto the Pra. Defensive stance from the Wedjat. Now, Irene will be able to lock somebody up. And he gets it onto the Shahat. So huge stun onto the Sierra as well. This is looking pretty good for Frank. But you cannot count Pooh over yet because this guy, he always managed to make a comeback. The Tomoe needs to try to get a good strip on the immunity. Did not get it. So Setman will be able to follow through with the armor breaks. Heal block landed all round as well. Tetsuya here. Shahat is back in the field. So another 2 turns for the Demon Bag to be online. Again, Praha here against the additional turn. Next turn, she has the heal already. So this segment needs to land another round of reset. Is he calculating everything right? Is he going to miss the Praha? Okay, he gets it. So Tomoe here just opting to work on to the Fire Megumi instead. And there's gonna be a bomb drop. Unfortunately, all Sierras have been missing bombs today. So Pooh, not able to get it. Not able to get the job done onto the Fire Megumi. And this is his window of opportunity for Frank to get a win. He needs to bring down the segment ASAP, but Proud earlier gotten reset. There's gonna be the suppression made here into the pushback. So Kama landed onto 3 right now. Tetsuya, no skills just yet. Just opting for the normal attack to land out the armor break. Oh, the demon bag. Oh, this time failing to land it onto the Shahat. So Sierra needs a violent proc here. Oh my god, she got it. But you got no choice but to bomb up. Oh my god. Did he forget about the reflective buff? Uh-oh, Sierra is dead towards her own bomb. But it's not over yet. Shahat not able to get the silence off onto the Irene. And is this segment going to gamble on the reset? Oh my god, that is a very risky play from Frank. I think this one is advantage Pooh, you know, because on one hand, you failed to get the demon back onto the Shahat. So Shahat is going to be doing so much damage, and there's nothing much the Wedjat and Irene can do, right? So every time normal attack, look at the amount of damage done. 1k is not enough to bring down the Praha, my friend. And the Irene is going to be dropping real soon. There's nothing much the Wedjat can do here. Irene won't go down. And Pooh, he is already celebrating. A 3-0 clean sweep. In the grand finals, Pooh up against Frank, and he is going to be winning this one. Congratulations to him. He will be awarded $3,000 US, the twins figurine, and also the legendary all attribute pack. Once again, a really good showcase of how you play RTA. Very good counter drafting here and there, and once again, I think a little bit unfortunate that his Sierra missed the bomb. If not, everything could have went like a lot smoother for him. But hey, at the end of the day, he didn't need his Sierra at all. It was just 3v4. Wow, what a match. Yeah, Frank stands no chance against him. However, he's still gonna be receiving 1,500 USD together with the Light Dark Summon Pack 2. So not too bad of a day. And yeah, I think overall we have seen so many interesting matches. I think personally, one thing I really liked was the first match itself, where OGC PP made a reverse sweep back onto Avocadoz. I think that one was a very nice series to watch. Other than that, all this back and forth as well. Although the finals was a little bit one-sided. I think Frank still played out of his mind against Flynn. It's just that coming into the finals, it's tough. It's really, really tough to fight Pooh, you know. This guy, he knows every single unit that can counter what. Oh, the drafting is so good. And today, he was just showcasing the power of Tomoe, Heigang, things like Shiho, Shahat. Although nowadays we are seeing more of Shahats as well, it's not really like hidden gem kind of thing, you know. But yeah, Shahat, I guess it's slightly better than Miles at this point, because you just need to run it on speed HP. He's able to silence, place dots here and there, gain so much attack bar. They're really, really good unit. So if you guys have that unit, make sure to build it up for your RTA, right? If you're planning to take your RTA serious, watching all these matches will definitely help you out in improving your own gameplay, right? So here we can see Frank didn't stand a chance. His Dark Nezuko didn't really do too much, and it was all alone 2-0. And last but not least, this one, yeah, the Praha didn't need it to heal. Just normal attack all the way to the end. Yeah, because Setmet kept on resetting it. But yeah, Frank's lineup was lacking damage at the end of the day. I still feel like the Wedjat pick was a little bit questionable, to say the least. I think the Wedjat didn't really apply too much utility for the team. Like for example, even if he plays the defense buff, that's the strip coming out from the Praha itself, so yeah, kind of backfires a little bit here and there, right? So before we end today's stream, alright, let me show you the brackets once again. Congratulations to Pooh. He's the winner for the Pacific League Finals, and he will be awarded with 3,000 USD, the twins figurine, and also the legendary all attribute pack. Frank will be walking away with 1,500 USD together with the Light Dark pack summon 2, and Flynn as well as OGC PP will receive 500 USD and the Light Dark Summon Pack 1. And before we end today's stream, there's one more coupon code that I will be providing right here, so make sure to collect it right now. It's called PL Champion 24. Alright, PL Champion 24. You'll be able to receive 200 energies and 5 mystical scrolls. So once again, PL Champion 24, you'll be able to get 200 energies and 5 mystical scrolls. In total, if you collected the 2 coupon codes, you'll be given 10 MS not bad. Yeah, potential nat 5 that you can gain from this, alright? So once again, it's PL Champion 24. And I believe with that being said, this will conclude the end of the finals of the Pacific League. I think all round we have seen interesting matches, tons of great best of 5 between all these players, and definitely can't wait for the SWC to start real soon. I believe it's gonna be happening from July onwards, right? So definitely we'll be watching all of those matches there, and then there's gonna be tons of qualifiers, and definitely we are definitely gonna be seeing all these players back there as well because they are the top. All right. So this will conclude the end of the finals of the Pacific League. Congratulations to Pooh once again for winning this tournament, and thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great weekend, and really looking forward to see you all in the next one. All right. Take care, stay safe, my friends, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.